know we gon' talk about it. Let's talk about it. Get in here, we in here tonight. So get in here, we in here to vibe.
Hey, everybody. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me. How's everybody doing? Hey, y'all. Hey, hey. Come on in. Come on in. Come on up in here. We are about to do a throwback, honey, and we're about to break it all the way down because your girl just peeped some things We have went over this video before and we have spoken about it, but baby, she said, we can hear you. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. We have spoken about the Tasha K interview with Kevin before, okay? But some things, since we have been going over him, right? And breaking down some things, learn a little bit more about the dynamics of his relationship, you know, how he left his family, his, you know, wife and children for 5 years and went and played slinky stink what do you call it, slinky link to a bunch of other women while his wife was struggling and in need of help and support from his sister Latoya, which she said that she had to step in and help out. Thank you, Bonita, for bringing some loud noise in this mofo, honey. We're gonna make some loud noise in here tonight, baby. Do you hear me? We are gonna make some loud noise, so thank you very much. But y'all, I am just taken aback by some of the things that we missed. And you know, I'm going to say I missed because some of y'all probably already peeped the game and you probably just didn't mention it or whatever. But baby, I want us, we're going to get so deep tonight, y'all. Y'all might as well put your footsies on, your pajamas on. We're going to get deep tonight, okay, y'all? We're going to get deep because we're gonna go on a avenue that we probably haven't been on. I think I've touched on it a little bit, but we're gonna go there. We're going to go there. And the reason being is because it screams in this video and we did not grab it out. We did not point it out. We may have touched on it here and there. We have said things, you know, we've always said, oh, they're in competition and this, that, and the other. But baby, this interview right here, in my opinion, scream the real intentions behind the extended smear campaign, okay? Because y'all know Kevin had a lot to do with the smear campaign. And I know people probably like, Maura, why are you going back down memory lane? This video says a lot, a whole lot, right? It literally screams. Kevin literally told on himself in this video, and we're going to point those things out, okay? So get comfortable. Thank you for my super chat senders. Let me go ahead and call the first 5 out. Okay, the 4. I got one from Kimberly C. Thank you so very much for being the first super chat sender, baby. Sonia C. Thank you so very much. 40 days and 40 nights. Love you back, baby. And I am Glenn for real. Happy Thursday, more mods and chat. Happy Thursday to you too, big sis. And Kim C says, love you, Amora. Love you back. Thank y'all so much for going ahead and, you know what I'm saying, making it do what it do. But y'all, we got a story to break down now. Raise your hand if you remember the interview between Tasha K, Kevin Wesley, when she had him on her panel and his 2 wives was there, but they didn't say a whole lot. Raise your hand if you remember that video. For those that do not remember the video, I'm just going to put it up. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm just going to put it up just in case. And I'll drop it for anybody that wants to go and rewatch the video. I've watched the video before. And this is the video we're referring to. It's called Mr. LaTruth Brother Exposes Their Family Secrets. Tasha K, polygamist. Or it's Tasha K versus polygamist Kevin Wesley or Ann. I don't know what that X supposed to mean. But anyway, this was done 11 months ago. So back in September. However, the video itself, the interview, was done prior to this date. So I'm not sure why she just took forever to release it, but she did, okay? However, the video was done way before the divorce was even final, okay? This was before the divorce was final. Now, okay, so you may ask, Amora, why are you doing this video? Okay, and I'm going to explain it to you. Kevin is involved in a polygamy relationship, right? And we all know that for his own words on multiple platforms, he has publicly admitted that him and his wife separated, right? Because they had issues. He said they never argued. They was best friends, blah, blah, blah. But come on. After 14 years of marriage. Now, 14 years ain't no little, that ain't no small thing, okay? 14 years is some investment. You know what I'm saying? You got skin in the game, baby. You got tears. You got heartaches. You got hurt, pain, joy. You got memories. You got investment after 14 years. You know what I'm saying? I tell anybody, if you've been married for at least 10 years, you got skin in the game. Now, that's not to take away for those that's only been married 5, only been married 8, but 10 years, baby, you got investment, okay? That ain't no small piece of the pie. That's 10 whole years. That's a decade of your life. Okay. They were married for 14 years. All right. Before the split. Okay. Before the split, 14 years. Now, if I'm wrong, please tell me in the chat, but I do believe I heard the last thing he said was 14 years. And thank you, Meg, and 3 children. 3 children. All right. So 14 years, 3 children to 1 woman. And all of a sudden he felt the need to venture out, said that he was no longer in love with her, ventured out and went and slept around with a bunch of women. And you're going to hear in this video where he says, I dated a lot. Oh, I dated a lot. Okay. Now this might have to be a part 2. We may not be able to cover the whole thing today because I want to go deep on this video. Do y'all mind? I only want to keep y'all for 2 hours tonight and then maybe 2 tomorrow on this video. I don't want to do the whole thing in one night, right? Do y'all mind if we split this up into 2 videos? Let me know in the chat. She said, I don't think he was really in love with her. He didn't know what love meant. He got married at 19 years old. He didn't love her. He escaped. He was looking for somebody to cling on to. You understand what I'm saying? He didn't love her. They didn't love each other. They didn't even know what love meant. They didn't, you know what I mean? Anyway, so let's continue. He was running away from something. He was trying to find himself, But anyway, nevertheless, I can go down that whole rabbit hole, but we just gonna not go down that rabbit hole right now, okay? So again, he left his family dynamic, his home of 14 years with children, and went and ventured off to sow his wild oats, okay? And messed around with a lot of different women. And he said out of his own mouth that I dated a lot. Yeah, we know you did, right? And then he said, and he even said he dated other women while he was dating Lacey. So, man, he just been cheating, honey, just cheating. You hear me? Cheating while he was with Lacey, cheating while he was with JC, just cheating. Nevertheless, he ended up going back to the woman that he left after 14 long years, okay? He left her for 5, went back. Now, he said 5, 8. We don't really know. They make up all types of lies and stories and flip it and strip it. And you know what I'm saying? Who knows how long he was gone? You know what I mean? But we just going to say between 5 and 8 years because we didn't heard both, right? So he goes back and now all of a sudden they supposed to be this perfect dynamic, okay? Yeah, that's what we're supposed to believe, right? The reason why I want to do this because in this video with Tasha K, now, I'm going to put it back up while I'm explaining this. This particular video, not the one where she first came out and drugged Brianna for filth. We all heard that video. Some of us may not have agreed with it. Tasha K, we felt like didn't know the whole story. And she's a blogger, content creator, whatever. And she's out to make money, just like we all are. She took a story by the horns and she tried to, she did what she did, got a lot of views, got a lot of clicks. And then had to come back and do another interview with LaTruth to kind of change a little bit because people let her know, yeah, you may not see any bruises on Brianna. Brianna never really came out and said that he beat her. Actually, she actually said he did not beat her black and blue, okay? Now, we're not going back down memory lane of, oh, he abused her, he didn't, and blah, blah, blah. We're not doing that. However, in context, we are going to say the reason why Tasha interviewed LaTruth was because she realized that abuse is not always seen. So to take away a woman's story of being abused, she felt vindicated. Now, you know, her winos may have helped her. Y'all know y'all my loud talkers, and sometimes y'all whisper in my ear just the same, and I appreciate that, okay? So her winos got in her ear and was like, Tosh, you up here talking about physical abuse, but you don't know what happened in that home when it comes to emotional, mental, and verbal, okay? Because there is video recordings out where this man is calling her the bees and whatnot. And also out of her own mouth, she has said that he used to say things to her like, you ain't gonna be shit. If you ever leave me, you ain't gonna have shit. Your supporter's gonna leave you, and so forth and so on. All that bullshit that narcissists tend to tell women, okay, or whatnot. Nevertheless, so Tasha K had to literally come back and think about it and come back out and say, you know what? It may not have been physically abused, but I have to just say she had to have gone through something. And when you're dealing with a narcissist, you act out. And that is why Brianna ran to the internet to act out. That's what Tasha K is saying in this video. So Kevin disagreed, totally disagreed. So Tasha K reached out to Kevin and said, why do you disagree? Now, why did Tasha K reach out to Kevin? Well, let me explain. Now, you know, I ain't Tasha K. I ain't putting words in the mouth, but I do have an opinion. I don't think Tasha K would have just reached out to anybody, right? Just because they did not agree with her analysis. Tasha K reached out to Kevin because she saw that he had almost 1 million followers on Facebook, okay? And she looked at it and said, damn, he got almost 1 million followers. That means those people may not agree with what I said, and they may now become critics based off of this one video. So Tasha K wanted to know why Kevin said the things that he said about his disagreements with Tasha K and her analysis on LaTruth the second go around, okay? So now we all know LaTruth is the one that initially reached out to Tasha K. She says that in this video. And then Tasha K reached out to Kevin after he publicly did a critique on Tasha K's video, second video with LaTruth, calling him, well, she didn't really call him a narcissist. She said, I could see why Brianna would call him a narcissist. I could see why Brianna get frustrated. I could see why Brianna lashed out and this, that, and the other. Because she said spending 45 minutes with him was draining. Was very much draining, right? Because when you're talking to a narcissist, they don't seem to understand what it is that you're saying. They will have you going around in circles and you be ready to scream your damn head off. They like always making excuses. They're always going to point it out that it's you, never them. They're never going to see their fault. They're never going to take no type of responsibility or accountability. It's just exhausting and draining. All right. So Tasha said, yeah, I can see that shit. I can see what Brianna was referring to. Anyway. So let's continue. Why am I doing this video? Kevin did a critique on Tasha saying, I don't agree with you. Let me just spin this one too. So in this same, in the video that, the second video that Tasha K did with LaTruth, she said, do you see you and your wife, and I'm paraphrasing you guys, do you see any hope of you and your wife reconciling? You know what I'm saying? Getting back together. And LaTruth made it sound like it wasn't off the table, that there was a chance. Do y'all remember that? He was like, I don't know. I don't know. So he made it sound like even though a divorce was filed, actually, you know what? No, it wasn't filed then. It hadn't been filed then because I remember her saying, well, no one has filed it yet or whatever. So LaTruth had not filed for a divorce at this time, right? And she was like, well, is there any signs of reconciliation? Like, do you guys think y'all might get back together? And he made it sound like there was a chance. Okay. Well, then the second video that she did, she said, I think that you should. Now, one thing we may say about Tasha, Tasha will put a woman down in a minute. Okay. She will stand on this right side of a man, mainly because her husband is from Africa. And, you know, the African dynamic versus the American one is a bit different. And they tend to support men leading, men, and not that American women don't, because we do believe in men leading if you have a leader. You understand what I'm saying? We just ain't about to let no damn man lead us, right? We ain't about to let no damn bomb-ass bum dude lead us, right? We want a man to lead us, right? But anyway, on the African side, they tend to kind of bow down a little bit, not literally bow down on their hands and knees, but, you know, kind of be less combative, more understanding, more supportive, more listening, more doing what the hell they man want them to do, okay? And she's been married for over 20 years to this man. Okay, so he's molded her, groomed her in a way to have her think the way she does, okay, about men, relationships, marriage, and whatnot. Nevertheless, they believe in family. They believe in family, marriage, and working things out in the African culture. So Tasha came back on the second video and was like, well, you know, you guys are a Black family. Maybe you guys should just talk about it, think about it. Y'all got kids together. How are you going to split up when you have these kids? Y'all can work this shit out, so to speak, right? So she was basically telling Robert, like, you just going to throw away your relationship over a fucking disagreement, an online disagreement? You just going to really throw away your relationship like that? You know what I'm saying? So she gave LaTruth something to think about, right? And me being a married woman myself, I felt the same way. Like, come on, ain't no way in hell I am going to throw my marriage away over the small frivolous things that they went through. Okay, this is before peeling back all the onions and finding out everything that they had been through. We're only talking literally about a online dispute about a phone, then a girl, and then a tote, and then a finger, and then here come the internet, right? So with that being said, Tasha was talking basically for them to reunite and work this shit out. Kevin disagreed. Yeah. Kevin disagreed. He didn't think that they should work it out. And he even said, and I quote, Brianna doesn't deserve a husband, okay? He said she doesn't deserve a husband. Imagine a man that left his wife and children for 5+ years and then came back with a whole nother woman saying that this woman right here doesn't deserve a husband. Because could we literally say he don't deserve a wife? He left his wife, remember? With them children. He left his wife with them children. So does he deserve a wife? Right? He cheated on her multiple times with multiple women. Does he deserve a wife? But he said Brianna is the type of woman that does not deserve a husband. And he based it all on one incident that spiraled out of control. Okay? So Tasha K was like, I don't agree with you. We all go through issues. We all have problems. Ain't nobody perfect. What do you mean she doesn't deserve a husband? You know what I'm saying? Because that, in a way to say a woman don't deserve a husband, is just saying she fucked up. She could never correct herself, never right her wrongs. She's just the most degrading, disgusting person in the world. That's dehumanizing a person, a woman, right? It's dehumanizing. It's basically saying there's no hope for you ever in life again. Like, you're useless. You are trash. You're just a waste of fresh air right now. You're useless. You're done. You're doomed. Because that's basically what it's saying. You're doomed. You're done. You don't deserve a husband. And in a way, you don't deserve a second chance. Okay? Anyway, let's continue. Let's continue. So he disagreed. So Tasha says, come on my show. And again, the reason why I feel like Tasha told him to come on the show, because to attract audience, you got to think Tasha just went through a very public, dispute or, embarrassment of losing a court case and having to pay over $4 million, which now I think they didn't agreed on $1 million or a little over $1 million as her payback. But at the time, she had just went through a public embarrassment of having to pay back Cardi B $4+ million for saying things on her platform that damaged Cardi B's reputation. Okay. So she's trying to get her bag back. She's trying to, and she lost supporters at that time, right? So now she's trying to get her supporters back. She's trying to get her bag back up. She's doing what she got to do. So she saw that Kevin was working with almost 1 million followers on Facebook. Now, I do believe that other creators can check you, if you will, by looking at your numbers. They tend to value you more and maybe even tune in if they see that your channel has weight. And what I mean by weight, subscriber count and views. If they see that you are getting attention in these YouTube streets or social media streets, they may subscribe to you to check you out. Yes, content creators check other content creators out, okay? And it's not necessarily because they jealous and this, that, and the other. Sometimes they do it like, let me see what type of flavor she's sprinkling over there, and let me see what I can grab and take and twist and make mine, right? They watch each other and they follow each other, right? You just do that. You do that in any type of business, right? So she looking at Kevin numbers, even though we know they are embellished, as well as his brother numbers are embellished. However, she don't know that. She doesn't know that. She see two brothers with almost at the time 1 million subscribers and was like, they mean something out here in these social media streets. They are somebody. Yeah. People will judge you by the subscriber count and your views and say you are somebody. All right. That is why she asked Kevin to come on her show. Because he must be somebody almost got 1 million subscribers. Because I don't think that she would do that to just the itty bitty. Right. So anyway, he came on the show and she says, I want to know why you disagree with me. Why you felt that the family shouldn't get back together. They have kids together. He has pretty much played a father role. Stepfather role, should I say, in her 3 children's lives, and now they have a child together. Why would you break up a family of 4 children, a mama and a daddy, making a bag on social media? Because together, the Truth and Brianna made almost $500,000 a year, right? That's a big ass bag over one internet dispute. It's dumb. Because they don't understand investment. Anyway, don't let me go there. Nevertheless, so Tasha wanted to know, why would you disagree with me saying that they should work this shit out and throw away a whole empire? Because who's making $500,000 a year with their spouse? Raise your hand if you are. Hell, I'm not. You understand what I'm saying? So she looked at it as, you got to be a stupid fool to throw away your empire over an argument. I'm talking about an argument, okay? An internet dispute. Well, a dispute that happened at home that spilled over into the internet. You got to be a fool, and that's how Tasha K was looking at it. So nevertheless, Kevin doubled down on no. I don't think that they should get back together. I think that they should dissolve this marriage. My brother needs to get away from this dangerous non-human of a woman. I mean, he literally co-signed, doubled down on hard in the paint of the divorce. He wanted his brother and Brianna to be over. And that's what the reason for this interview was. He felt like Brianna was an emotional terrorist out to bring his brother down, out to ruin him, destroy him, didn't mean no good to him. He literally doubled down on them staying separated, divorced, and over. All right. Now, you know, we've all heard Kevin say out of his own mouth that if it was him, he would have wrote Desharia off. So now you want your brother to be divorced and you want your brother to write off his daughter. I hope y'all following me here. I hope you are following me. Why would a brother, a family member, that say that he loved his brother and all about family, mind you, he's all about family. He always say, I stick around for my kids because that's what a father should do, right? He's all about family. He's all about family that he wants his family under one roof. He's so all about family, right? But yet he's advocating very loudly for his brother to throw away his marriage and disconnect from his child. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, okay? So I'm going to let y'all listen to a little bit of it. And then we're going to get into the breakdown of, oh my God, we're going to talk about a lot. We are going to talk about a lot, all right? We're going to do a psychological breakdown from A to F and Z, all right? So just listen to a little bit of it. I'm going to go past the introduction of him introducing himself, and the wives and all of that stuff. And I'm going to get to the meat of the interview, okay?
Well, into some things about what Brianna was saying.
Hold on.
Spearhead her and build her, I guess, spearhead this,
Hold on.
wanted me to do, because that's kind of like asking me to compromise my integrity to help boost your ratings.
Absolutely.
And so, and I kind of felt like,
So he's talking about, hold on, let me go back just a second.
the video with him. Now, I had gotten the information that I had gotten from Brianna, the truth, before he was even introduced. And so they had said that, she had been abused, and she kind of wants to do this rollout. She doesn't know any other it's blogger, entertainer online that could kind of help spearhead this thing that she wanted to do to kind of help boost her YouTube career and stuff like that. And she wants to expose her husband for all the narcissism and abuse that went on and things like that. And that was really the first time that I had heard of anything regarding the breakdown of the LOUDTalkerz. Now, you guys are pretty close.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, your families are close. Okay. So
Now, we could probably get into that conversation a little later. I'll let somebody else do that because we already found out that was a lie, but let's continue.
So that was interesting to me when I heard that, because once we of course I declined to do what Brianna and her team wanted me to do, because that's kind of like asking me to compromise my integrity to help boost your ratings.
Absolutely.
And so, and I kind of felt.
Let's get to the part where she says, and you didn't agree with me. You reached out and said you didn't agree. Not reached out, but on your page you did a video and you didn't agree with my analysis.
It was a very biased perspective during our first initial interview.
Sure.
And so once I watched it back, and then I started to go back and kind of dwell into some things about what Brianna was saying, I was just like, I think I kind of approached this wrong, because although he may not have been physically abusive, you can still be mentally and emotionally abusive. And that can come in many different forms, right? And that's where our live, that's when I was in the airport and I was like, hold up, I think I got this wrong. And I think both are wrong on both sides. I think
now she's explaining now the second interview where she had an epiphany, or we know the Hawaiians reached out to her and told her they didn't like what she did or whatever. And she doubled back and wanted to have another interview with him to let him know, hold on, I gave you all the credit in the world and I dragged your wife, but dude, you a little narcissist yourself. She didn't come out and say that directly, but we know what she meant, right?
That he's contributed to a lot of things that led to the breakdown of his marriage and vice versa, right? Mm-hmm. But I also know what it's like to live and be around narcissists. Okay, because narcissists can inadvertently drive people to attention seek. And I think that's what Brianna is doing. Is by any means necessary, please hear me, because I have not been heard my entire marriage. And that's how I approached that conversation. Then I come across your life. And you were like, you appreciated me reaching out. And but then you was just like, well, you were very taken aback by me asking for the reconciliation of the family. And
now listen to this. Listen to this. This is a man that speaks family, right? Togetherness, unity. More is better, right? 3 paychecks, three sets of brains, and whatever. More is better, right? Economically, we could do more with 3 people. So family unity, right? Family unity. But this family man, and I'm got my damn fingers up like, quote, family man, is taken aback by Tasha K saying that they should reconciliate their marriage. They made a vow to God, right? Saying that we're going to try to work this shit out. To death do us part type vows. You understand what I'm saying? But this man that speaks unity, 3 wives and the protection and blah, 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 2 wives, you know what I'm talking about, is better, but yet he doesn't agree that they should stay together. Let's continue.
That was kind of hypocritical of you.
And it is.
You have a big family, right?
It was very much hypocritical. Let's go back. It was very much hypocritical. It was how the hell can you come out here and speak unity? How can you have 2 women on the side of you, but yet you want your brother womanless? Let's go back just a little bit.
You were very taken aback by me asking for the reconciliation of the family. And I thought that was kind of hypocritical of you because, you have a big family, right? And I'm sure you guys have, I didn't marry 18 years, right? We have conflicts, right?
Hello, somebody, hello. You gonna have conflict. Everybody. Don't believe none of these fake ass people out here that say that they ain't never been in an argument with their spouse and everything is so yummy, perfect. Because it's not. Everybody has conflict.
They're not as extreme as some other conflicts that are couples go through, right? We still have conflict.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you hear him? He said, you just hit the nail on the head. Now, let me tell you why he just said that. He just said, you just hit the nail on the head. Because she's saying, I find you to be hypocritical, to be all about family, but yet you don't want your brother and his now ex-wife to reconcile, right? And she says, I understand me and my husband have conflicts, and it may not be as wild as some of the conflicts out there. And he says, you just hit the nail on the head. You know what he's trying to say? He's trying to say that dispute that Brianna and Robert had about Robert texting somebody or DMing somebody or talking to somebody in a DM and she wanted his phone. Kevin is trying to say that particular incident that they went through is the worst ever. And I'm here to tell you it is not. Some of us done been through way worse and we still here and we done still made it through. Do you understand what I'm saying? Raise your hand in the chat if you have been through something worse than the situation that happened October 2022 between Robert and Brianna. If you've been through something worse with your spouse, your significant other, he said you just hit the nail on the head trying to insinuate that what happened between his brother and Brianna was the worst ever. And I'm here to tell you, it is not. It was not. Now, we're going to get there why he wanted his brother and Brianna divorced. But let's go.
And I'm sure you guys have, I've been married 18 years, right? We have conflicts, right? And they're not as extreme as some other conflicts or couples go through, right? Right. But we still have conflicts. But to add a third in there, I was just like, well, if anybody knows the importance of reconciliation.
Thank you, Shalandra. She said that situation was petty as fuck, and it was petty as fuck. And the way that he's sitting there acting like it was so extreme, he used those words. I don't want to tell y'all. I don't want to tell you the conclusion before we get through the meat and the potatoes. Okay, let's continue.
Family and how important it is to keep the family together by any means necessary.
Any means necessary.
And so I was trying to
by any means necessary. You don't throw away an investment. And some people probably say, oh, more $500,000 money don't keep people together, this, that, and the other. Listen, what they went through in October of 2022 was not enough to throw away no damn marriage. I don't care who says it is, because it was not. It was not. Counseling and God could have fixed that damn thing. You hear me? It was not enough to throw away no damn marriage. Y'all, they was a power damn couple. Financially stable as hell. They was a power couple. Now they needed some guidance because neither one of them knew what the fuck to do with the money they had. They out buying goddamn jewelry, clothes, shoes, taking expensive ass trips, flaunting and shit on the internet when they could have, that's a whole nother story, right? They didn't know what to do with the money that they had, right? Nevertheless, let's continue.
Agree to disagree on some things and come and hash it out like adults, because I was shocked with you being like you're very outspoken polygamist. Your wives are very supportive. This is a unit. I see the kids online. Like I said, y'all dressed alike. Right. You know what I'm saying? They are holding each other's hands. Y'all, it's like y'all got each other. Right. That's right. Okay, and so I just wanted to know, like, why did it shock you so much that I was for Brianna and for Mr. LaTruth, Robert, to work it out? Sure. And they're like,
now, this is the moment that we've all been waiting for. This is the moment. Yeah, why isn't this family man, huh? Why isn't this family man all for him, his brother, and his then wife working it out when he separated from Jamie for 5 to 8 years, and went and laid up with multiple people, including the whole man? Now, I'm not saying he laid up with the man, but he damn sure lived with him, okay? We don't know. We wasn't no fly on the wall, but we can only assume what's been put out here in these social media streets, okay? But why was he so quick to say he didn't agree for them to make it work? Why the fuck is he even in it like that anyway, right? Why was he so deeply invested in his brother relationship, whether they worked it out or not? Huh? Let's continue.
Three kids involved, I believe. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, so I want to ask you that. Okay. Yeah. Well, real quick, yes. Right. Introduce yourselves. Okay.
Now, I don't care to hear them introduce themselves. Lap dog number 1, lap dog number 2, cult leader number 3. Let's bypass that. We don't care about them introducing themselves. Let's get to him. JC and Lacey, that's who they are, okay? JC and Lacey. Let's go back.
It came to the truth is that you got both that are public figures, and then you got that controversy.
See, so I'm just starting.
My husband is not that he's behind the scenes, but he's like this whole shit, right? But I just, it's kind of like I kind of look at this like Bill and Hillary, right? And Bill was the first president, and then he had that controversy, you know, the dress and the semen and all that. And then Hillary runs for president, and then there's this controversy of emails and all that stuff. But you never seen them go at each other. Right. And so that's kind of where I was coming from.
Because, and the reason why they didn't go at each other, because there's a bigger picture. And a lot of marriage people miss that. We be so quick to throw in the towel and run for the border and this, that, and the other. And look what you done missed out on. You can work some shit out. Y'all got to sit down. Y'all got to talk about it. Y'all got to go to counseling. You got to do what you got to do. If you got to go in there and stir up some goddamn, I don't know, burn some sage or whatever in your house to make it work. When you have investment into your marriage, you got to do what you got to do. Put that come to Jesus meetings and put out what needs to be put out on the table to make that shit work. You understand what I'm saying? That's what Tasha K, the angle she's coming from. You don't just throw away your marriage. Bill Clinton and Hillary didn't throw away, and she know he got sucked off. She know there was another younger woman sucking on her husband lollipop. And did she run for the border? Did she throw her marriage away? She would have been a fool to. You understand what I'm saying? She like, shit, I ain't got to do it. The fuck? You better go back to her the next time you want it done, is what Hillary probably said. Put her in your phone as lollipop sucker, because I ain't doing it no more. You done gave that part to somebody else. Now, don't come back and try to give me no title of sucking your lollipop. No, when you want it sucked, you better call Monica. Monica, all right? But did she throw away her marriage? Hell no. Matter of fact, she ain't come to the internet and say shit. They was sticking microphones and cameras in her face, and they wanted Hillary to come back so bad and say, I'm just disappointed in what was his name? Bill. I'm disappointed in him. How are you going to let another woman get on her knees and suck him off? She didn't say shit. She said, think what you want to think. Hell, I didn't have to do it that night. The fuck? Why am I going to be mad? I'm still rich. I still got the man. I'm still doing well. Fuck what you talking about. She wasn't throwing away her investment is what I'm trying to say. Now, I ain't trying to tell y'all if your man cheat and this, that, and the other, stay with him and put up with the bullshit. I'm not trying to say that. But you ain't married to Bill Clinton either. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? Anyway, let's continue. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. All right? But Hillary held it together to the public. She didn't come out here and give the public what they wanted. They wanted tears from Hillary. They wanted Hillary to come out here and be like, oh my God, I'm a victim. She like, fuck what you talking about. Monica helped me out that night. Okay? Fuck what you talking about. I'm flying Monica in next weekend. Okay? She didn't give the public what it is that they wanted. And that's what Tasha's talking about.
When it came to the truth is that you got both that are public figures, both that are very heavy on social media, both that are equally contributing to the decline of the relationship.
Equally. They were equally contributing to the decline of the relationship. Equally. They were equally contributing to the decline of the relationship.
And both are extremely extreme when it comes to the response of all of that.
Exactly. They both came out here with the bullshit. It wasn't just Brianna. He was coming out too, saying all type of shit too, and don't let nobody fool you, okay? They both was coming out and spilling each other's tea on the internet, okay? They were both equally doing the shit. It's just Brianna clapbacks was something to marvel at, honey. She was hitting below the belt, literally, okay? And that's just a woman. A woman, listen. When have you ever known for a man to beat a woman at being petty, downright vindictive, and quick on her feet with it? We just quicker with it. We know where to really get your ass. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't get mad at Brianna because her clapbacks was just more and hit harder. You can't get mad. You can't get mad that she was keeping more receipts. You can't get mad at that. She was just smarter with it. We are as women. You understand? She was quick on her feet. Most women are quicker on their feet when it comes to a man. A man really can't out-argue us. If a man win an argument, it's just because we don't want to argue with his ass no more. We just want to do something else. Because if we wanted to give a man a run for his motherfucking money, we will argue for 7 days straight. Tell me I'm lying. We will argue for longer than that. We will give a man a run for his money. We will drive a man absolutely nuts. So when we allow a man to win an argument, trust and believe, it's just because we don't feel like arguing no more. We really don't feel like it. You're all right, nigga, you win. Get out my face is what we really saying. We just don't want, because if we really wanted to win the argument, trust and believe, we will win it. Honey, we will stay up with the light on. He will be trying to sleep. We will turn the light on. We will take the covers off and we be like, you gonna talk to me? We gonna talk about this. We gonna talk about this. No, I'm still in my feelings. I'm still feeling away. He gonna go in the shower. We gonna want to go in the bathroom with him. He gonna go downstairs to the man cave or upstairs to the man cave and we gonna go with him. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, if we really wanted to win an argument, we can win every last one of them. We really can. So when a man win an argument, it's not because he's better or smarter or he quicker on his feet, because that's just not it. We let him win because we just don't want to argue with your ass no more. We don't want it no more. We sick of it. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Whatever. Trust. We just want you to get the fuck out of our face at that moment. We just done looking at you. We done thinking about it. It ain't that serious. You understand? So let's continue. They equally contribute to the decline of their marriage. They equally came out with the bullshit. Her clapbacks was just clapping louder than his.
I guess what I'm trying to figure out is given your background, you've been married 20 years and then another 40 years, and you're dealing with two women as opposed to one woman. Why did you disagree with how I handled that promo and how to dial back and ask for a reconciliation of the family, of the life family?
Okay, and
Yeah.
I'll say this though.
Okay.
Regardless of you disagreeing, I think some of the things, it's not really a lot.
Mhm.
I want to thank you for giving my brother a space to be able to speak. Okay, because we live in a world where it's so easy to pick up a camera and just destroy a person.
Oh.
And we just believe the first thing that someone says. Many of us have been through things, so our trauma overrides, and so we use that trauma to prove them right.
And what we have noticed and learned, even since this video, probably before, but definitely since this video, that all of them had trauma. Brianna wasn't the only one with trauma. Toya trauma, Dawn trauma, Kevin trauma, and LaTruth trauma. They all grew up with trauma. All of them do. I don't even know why he tries to act like it's just was Brianna. That maybe her upbringing was fucked up, because, I mean, let's think about it. We seen before Brianna mama passed away, we seen Brianna on yachts traveling. You know what I'm saying? Her mama had a PhD. She was a doctor. You know what I mean? Brianna's childhood seemed pretty goddamn amazing to me, right? But she lost her mama at a young age. She was 22 years old. She wasn't 5, she wasn't 3, she wasn't 1 or anything like that. She was 22 and she still lost her mom at a young age. They asses was trauma because they were literally raised by the wolves. They was thrown here, thrown there, thrown here, thrown there. But he wants to come on here and act like he want to highlight Brianna trauma while trying to minimize him and his own brother's trauma. Okay?
You know they're telling the truth because we've been through it with somebody before. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so before you know it, the whole world was against him. You did not see him. Okay? He almost lost it. Okay?
Mm-hmm. You're talking about behind the scenes?
Absolutely.
Because I know he puts on a very, very good front.
I know my
He's
brother.
tough.
He wasn't there. He wasn't during that time.
Okay.
So when she said he put on a very good front, it's called a mask. And that's what narcissists do. They mask who they really are. Okay. They mask it. They come out here and act one way on the camera and one way behind the scenes. But have we not heard that from Brianna? Didn't Brianna tell us that he was a whole different person behind the scenes that he was on the internet? Did she not tell us that? We know that. Okay? We know that.
And so I'm watching him crumbling due to his wife, who he loves with all his heart. He loves that woman. Okay?
Now, I want y'all to pay attention. You hear this man? You hear him saying he loved her. He loved that woman. This Kevin is literally telling the world. This video got 119,000 views, and this was just the redo of this video. Now, I don't know if she released it before, but it got 119,000 views. So 119,000 people seen this video, and he is literally telling them that Robert loved Brianna, right? He loved that woman. He loved that woman. But in the same breath, he's saying, get a divorce, leave your family, fuck love, forget love, get away from her and be by yourself. He literally saying he loved that woman. But no matter if you love that woman, fuck love and get away from her. All right, let's continue.
I know he does, and I saw that during our interview.
On the outside looking in, you can see that she came into a relationship with 3 children, and he took on those 3 children.
Right.
You even see a video where he said, I never even wanted kids. Now that scene is him.
Now, mind you, Kevin is a liar, and y'all know I'm going to call it out. I'm just going to listen. It is what it is, Kevin. You a fucking lie. That video never said, I never wanted kids. That video said, I don't even want to be a fucking daddy, and that's after already having 2 kids. Kevin is a fucking liar. He's just a liar, and we know that over here. They can paint a picture over there across fucking Line Alley all they want to, okay? All they want to. But over here, we're going to speak the truth. No matter how much it hurts, we're going to speak the truth. His brother never said on that video that I never wanted kids. His words was, I don't even want to be a fucking daddy. And that is after already being a fucking daddy. That does not mean the same thing. I never wanted kids, and I don't even want to be a fucking daddy. It's 2 different things. 2 totally different things. Let's continue. Liar.
Is him saying something mean, but he's saying, I never wanted kids. So he would have taken her in, raised her children without her giving him one. What? Would you do that?
With a man.
No.
You know, and it's funny that he's asking Tasha K or trying to imply, you know, that his brother took her in and was willing to raise 3 kids without having one of his own, right? And then he turns it back on Tasha and say, would you do that? Trying to imply like his brother did the unthinkable. What if it's his brother really didn't have many options? His brother wasn't that easy on the eyes. You know what I'm saying? You had to squinch and turn left to really be able to look at him. He wasn't that, you know, he was overweight. His mouth was fucked up. You understand what I'm saying? He was always a cornball. He still is. And his knees knocked together. So just imagine. I'm not even supposed to be laughing. I'm sorry. But just imagine an overweight guy that knees touch, teeth fucked up, and he's kind of a lame-o out in the social media streets. Meet a beautiful woman, right? Okay, her looks developed as she became older. And what I mean by that is, you know, they always try to throw up her older pictures and try to say she was ugly. Brianna was never ugly. But Brianna, like we all, have taken some unsightly looking pictures. Now, everybody can find a picture that make us look, you know, not so cute. Okay, all right. She's never been an ugly person. However, he's trying to make it seem like his brother did a honorable thing by marrying Brianna with 3 kids. And I'm saying it was his win that he married Brianna and those 3 kids, because nobody was checking for him. Nobody was checking for him. He wasn't no good catch. Let's talk about it. You know, they always want to talk about Brianna looks, but if you look back at him, he really was not a good looking guy. In my opinion, he's still not, but you know, to each his own, right? Nevertheless, let's continue. But he says it as if like he did Brianna a favor because she had 3 kids versus they did each other a favor because he wasn't easy on the eyes. She had 3 kids, and so she gave an ugly dude a chance. Like, shouldn't that be equal? She had baggage. So did he, because he had a daughter and a crazy ass baby mama, right? He had baggage. She had baggage. She gave an ugly dude a chance. That equals out to me. All right, I'm going to date you. You not needed. You overweight. Your teeth jacked up. You ain't all that good looking. And I got 3 kids. I got 2 more kids than you have. So that's even, Steven, right? Shouldn't that have been something even? Right? Let's continue.
Absolutely not.
And with a woman, that's totally not true.
Oh, you got kids? I'm out. Like, no disrespect. Now, maybe if I was, was everything okay? Yeah. Okay. Maybe if I was divorced at an age like this now, it would be different. But
exactly, Daisy. And thank you for that super chat. And Daisy said Lacey came in with him and 3 kids. I'm confused. Oh, you left something off, Daisy. Lacey came in with him, 3 kids, and a damn wife. She picked up a lot of baggage, didn't she? Lacey picked up what was Lacey's gain? Huh? What did Lacey gain? Half of a nigga, 3 children, and his wife. That was what did she gain? That's a lot of damn baggage. You know? What's her gain?
during my youth, absolutely not. I never dated guys with children.
As you're a young man, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't want children, then you should probably marry one with no children, right? Because if you rape,
I can't believe Kevin is sitting up here saying this. If you don't want children, you should probably marry a woman with no children. The nigga had a child, Kevin. I know y'all forget about Desharia, okay? I know that, y'all just out of sight, out of motherfucking mind and shit. But Kevin, let's bring you down a little bit, bro. He had a child. Yeah, he did. He already had a kid. You up here acting like your brother was bachelor of the motherfucking year and didn't have no goddamn kids, Kevin. He literally said if he didn't want no children, he could have married a woman with no kids. Nigga, he had a child himself. What are you talking about? He already had a child. So him trying to go and find a woman with no kids wouldn't have made no sense. It would not have made any sense. Let's continue.
raise those children. She's not going to give you one. You're raising someone else's legacy. All of the money and time, the teaching, the knowledge that you put into those children, while you would genuinely love those children, 100 years from now, those are not your grandkids. They're someone else's.
And that's why I disagree with him. I have 10 grandkids. 10. Now, biologically, bloodline, I only have 3, right? But I have 10. Those are my grandkids. I am Mima to them. I am Mima. You can't tell me or my grandkids that them are not my damn grandkids, okay? I love and do for them the same as I would my other grandchildren. They are my grandkids. What the fuck is he even talking about? You could do this for them kids. You could do that for me, and they would never be your grandkids. Where do you get this man from? Huh? The way he talks, like I can't believe he says he's for family, the dynamic and this, that, and the other, and then he says fuck shit like this out of his mind. Right? Them will never be your grandkids. That's not true. They will be his grandkids if they would have stayed together. He the only one think like this. You don't get with somebody with kids, right? And then they go and have kids, and you be like, well, they ain't really my grandkids. They ain't really mine. No, they ain't my grand. When them jokers come over and run around the house and jumping on this and jumping on that, you know, and you got a Christmas gift all year round, or what? Those are your. What are you talking about? You take on when you take on a relationship partner, you take on whatever it is they have. Just like they bills become your bills, they kids become your kids. And the love that y'all share together, them your grandkids. Who gonna say they not your grandkids? That's just dumb.
Are contributing to someone else's legacy. Why? They love the woman. Okay, I get it, but treat the man like something. Like stepfathers don't get treated like anything nowadays. Mm-hmm. So I'm watching her use the children, turn them against him. I'm watching him. I'm just watching everything crumble. You know what I'm saying? So number one, I totally
throughout this video, I just wish JC and Lacey would have just read a damn book or something, or just got up and went to use the bathroom. Them nodding their heads the way they are make me dislike them even more. Like, why the fuck are y'all agreeing with this stupid ass shit? Y'all don't even know what y'all talking about. Y'all literally sit up here and look like fucking dummy puppy masters and shit, shaking your head like you agreeing with the dumbass shit that's coming out of his mouth. I can't even stand that. Literally shaking their head like, I agree. Talking about something. That ain't, you messing up his legacy. Get the fuck out of here with that. He was using them kids for content. They made a lot of money using those kids for content. He ain't complain then.
I agree with, marriage reconciliation. It destroys the children to break up.
Wait a minute. Did he say he agrees or didn't agree? Let's go back.
All you can genuinely love those children. 100 years from now, those are not your grandkids.
100 years from now, who the fuck is even going to be here 100 years from now? Shut up. Just shut it up. Who's worrying about 100 years from now? The fuck?
There's someone else's. And men everywhere are contributing to someone else's legacy. Why? They love the woman. Okay, I get it, but treat the man like something. Like stepfathers don't get treated like anything nowadays. Mm-hmm. So I'm watching her use the children, turn them against him. I'm watching him. I'm just watching everything crumble. You understand? Mm-hmm. So number one, I totally agree with marriage reconciliation. Mm-hmm. It destroys the children to break up like that. They don't have their parents in the home anymore. Very horrible. But I also look at the person. I always say relationships are about the people.
Look at Lacey ass. Look at how she not. Look at Lacey. And look at Jamie like, nigga, you left me for 5 years and you got the nerve to be up. Look, hey, let me blow this joker up. Lacey is looking like, JC, I'm sorry, Lacey up there just agreeing with every fucking thing he's saying, oh, weirdo ass girl. But JC is up here like, wait a minute, you left me for 5 years and I struggled on food stamps, welfare, had your sister doing the baby hair and all this stuff or whatever, while you went and fucked on other women and stuff like that or whatever. And then you came back with this bitch, right? You came back with this bitch. You don't think that destroyed our dynamic? Because that's what she thinking right now. She like, you brought another woman back with you. You couldn't even come back to me the way you left me, but you came back with a whole nother woman that nods her head with every word that you say. But anyway, look, let's go back.
Legacy. Why? They love the woman. Okay, I get it, but treat the man like something. Like stepfathers don't get treated like anything nowadays. Mm-hmm. So I'm watching her use the children, turn them against him. I'm watching him. I'm just watching everything crumble. You understand? Mm-hmm. So number one, I totally agree with marriage reconciliation. Mm-hmm. It destroys the children to break up like that. They don't have their parents in the home anymore. Very horrible. But I also look at the person. I always
look at her. Hold on, I gotta get her with her eyes in the air. Hold on, y'all. I gotta get her.
She did him. And as much as I love my wife,
hold on.
Very horrible. but I also look at the person. I always
JC eyes is up in there, roll her eyes all the way up to the top of the roof like this nigga and his bullshit. Hey, I know she probably was like, because he said it destroys a person when you break up the family, right? When the dad leave when the husband leaves the household, it destroys the family. She looking up and like, for 5 fucking years, you didn't think about that for 5 fucking years. That's what she said. She like, for 5 years, you didn't give not one fuck. You didn't care. Why you didn't think that for 5 years when I told you, don't let us not split up? And you like, no, I want new coochie. I want to go get new coochie. Huh? For 5 years, I tried to explain to you that it was hurting the children and you did not care. But now you sit in front of Tasha K and act like you know leaving the family destroys the damn children. Why you didn't get that shit 5 years ago? Let's run it back one more time, y'all. Let's run this back one more time.
the children to break up like that. They don't have their parents.
Hold on.
Because if you raise those children, she's not going to give you one. Then you're raising someone else's legacy. All of the money and time, the teaching, the knowledge that you put into those children, while you genuinely love those children, 100 years from now, those are not your grandkids that they're having.
Wait a minute. She said, I love you more, but what? But this precision dissecting a video used to irk me when they did this to Bree. Oh, oh, sorry, baby. I'm sorry. Let's just stomach through this one, okay? Let's stomach through.
Someone else's.
And I love you back, Bocamosa, baby.
And men everywhere are contributing to someone else's legacy. Why? They love the woman. Okay, I get it. But treat the man like someone.
Why is men everywhere else contributing to another woman's legacy? Why is that? I mean, why? He just said men everywhere is contributing to another man's legacy. Why? Because of men like Kevin. Let's talk about that for a minute. He said that. He said men everywhere is contributing to another man's legacy. Let's listen again.
It's someone else's. And men everywhere are contributing to someone else's legacy. Why?
Yeah, why, Kevin? Because of men like you. Because men like you go to their wives, their spouses, they baby mama and say, I'm not happy. I'm not in love with you. I want new coochie. That is why men like you, he says, they're men elsewhere that's contributing to another man's legacy. It is because 9 times out of 10, the men left the woman because either she wasn't physically what he wanted anymore or he just wanted extra coochie. Okay? He wanted extra coochie or she wasn't physically doing it for him. That is why another man will have to come in and contribute. Now here's the thing. He left her for 5 years. Now, most women ain't going to sit around and twiddle their thumb and wait on a man for 5 years. Most women would have moved on. JC didn't move on because she was insecure, okay? But a normal, I shouldn't say a normal, but a confident woman would have had another man contributing to Kevin's legacy, okay? A confident woman. If JC was confident, another man would have been contributing to his legacy. But he probably had her on the sideline because, you know, he said they were best friends. He probably had her on the sidelines and like, give me 4 more years, I'm coming back. Give me 3 more years and let me get a little bit more coochie and I'm coming back. Just 2 more years, let me dig in these guts and I'm coming back. He kept her on a leash is what I'm trying to tell y'all. He kept JC on a leash. That's how men do when they don't want you to go out and do the things that they're doing. He didn't want JC to go find another man and have another man around his kids. So he kept her on a leash. He said things like, let me go sow my wild oats. I'm coming back. You're my best friend. You're the best mother in the world. I don't know how I could do this with any other woman but you. I don't know what the fuck he told her. But whatever it was, he kept her on the hook. He made her feel that one day that they're going to be back together. Okay? Now, what she didn't know, it was going to be on his term. And that is, let me bring some coochie home with me. And in that way, I won't have to come tell you I'm not happy every year. But the fact that this man literally just said out his mouth, men everywhere are contributing to another man's legacy. And then he says, why? Well, why is because men like you, Kevin, y'all get tired of what you already have. You're not satisfied with what you already have. And you go out and you leave that woman to fend for herself, to take care of those children by herself, and you go out and do your thing, and that's what you did. She just wasn't confident enough. Because, Kevin, a confident woman would have left your ass. A confident woman wouldn't be sitting beside you with her eyes all the way up to the sky. JC is not a confident woman. She waited for you for 5 years while you slept with any and everything. Let's continue.
They love the woman. Okay, I get it. But treat the man like something. Like stepfathers don't get treated like anything nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm watching her use the children, turn them against him. I'm just watching everything crumble. You understand? So, number one, I totally agree with, marriage reconciliation. It destroys the children to break up like that. They don't have their parents in the home anymore. Very horrible. But I also look at the person.
Very horrible. She like, yeah, it was horrible, Kevin. It was horrible that you left us. It was horrible that you moved in with Dwight Howard, did whatever you was doing over there. It was horrible to see you flaunt around with all these other women, all because he said the reason why they didn't get a divorce was because he didn't have the money, because of finances. They didn't have the dinero to get a divorce. Because if he had the dinero to get a divorce, another man would have been contributing to his legacy. Yeah, okay. Let's go.
I always say relationships are about the people in them. Yeah, I love my wives. We will be together, no doubt about it. But they don't do.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Just pathetic. They both looked at him and smiled sort of when he says, I love my wives. Oh my God. JC and fucking Lacey, I swear to God.
Like she did.
Look at these puppet masters. Look at these fucking puppets. Look at it.
And as much as I love my wives, if they did me
Oh my God. Jesus.
that way, we would not be together. And I would never do that to them. And if I did that to them, then they should avoid me at all costs.
Oh my goodness. Jesus.
You have to think about your own well-being and protecting yourself. And you said at your own assessment.
You know, I need to be a damn body language specialist or some shit, because when he says, if they did me like that, we wouldn't be together. Both of these women, I want you to pay attention to their body language when he says that. They both swallowed and looked kind of like afraid, like, intimidated, like it could be the end of their relationship or something. Just, I wish there was a way that I can make this bigger, but I don't know how. I literally don't know how, but I wish there was a way that I can make this. Let me see. Can I make this bigger? Is that bigger? No, that's not bigger. I can't even see y'all comments. I don't know how to make this bigger because, oh my God, I wish I could though. But anyway, sorry, you guys. Hold on. Let's just continue.
Marriage reconciliation,
I want you to look at their body language when he says, if they did me like that, we wouldn't be together.
It destroys the children to break up like that. They don't have their parents in the home anymore. Very horrible. But I also look at the person. I always say relationships are about the people in them. Yeah, I love my wives. We will be together, no doubt about it. But they don't do me like she did him. And as much as I love my wives, if they did me that way, we would not be together. And I would never do that to them. And if I did that to them, then they should avoid me.
They both look stoic. She looks off into the air, right? She looks off into space. She's looking off into space. She's looking kind of down. You see, their eyes are not on any particular thing, because what they just heard is, if they do or they did me like that, we wouldn't be together. They're processing that shit. They're literally processing that. Like, damn, right? It's a possibility that one day he may leave me if I make the wrong move. You understand what I'm saying? If I do something different. They both, she said, let me take a screenshot and make and blow this up so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Hold on a second, y'all. I want you to pay attention. Now, this might be a long ass live. I'm going to try to not make this a long live, only because we might have to have part 2. Y'all know I'm very vivid and descriptive of whatever you want to call it. So let me where's the photo that I just took? Is this one it? Yeah, this is it. Okay, let me bring this up. I want to bring this photo up because you guys can't see it the way I can. And I just want to zoom in on their eyes, how they were kind of off into space, if you will. All right, I want you to look with me. Look at Jamie's face, JC's, I'm sorry. And then look at hers. They're literally, this is right after he says, if they do me like that, we wouldn't be together, right? They process it, and sometimes we do that. Sometimes it takes us a minute, our brains, to really capture what it is that we just heard. Okay, it's a little delay, you guys. Seriously, sometimes we hear things. Have you ever been in a situation where somebody will say something, and then a couple of seconds later you say, "What you just say to me?" or something like that, because it took a slight few seconds for your brain to process what your ears heard. It literally took your brain to process what you just heard. So they don't right away do this look. It's like the moment their brains processed what it is that Kevin said, right? The moment their brains processed it, they look very stoic. Like, oh shit. She looking like, oh shit, it's a possibility that I could lose this man. It's fear. I believe he does have them living in fear. I believe he have these women thinking that he's the prize. They're winning, right? They're winning to have him. He's elevating their lives. He's making them better. They should be honored to be in his presence. The look that she have, in my opinion, is, I already lost this man for 5 years and I don't want to lose him for another year. So I'm willing to do anything I have to do. Okay? Anything I have to do to be in his presence, in his greatness, in his grace. Right? Why? Well, because he's trained them that way. He's trained them that way. He's made them feel like it should be an honor to be with me. Okay? This ain't no coincidental look that both of them look like this at the same fucking time. This ain't no coincidence. This is because they both processed this shit. It hit them. Right? They like, God damn. She literally just thinking like, goddamn, I already lost this nigga for 5 years. I don't want to lose him no more. I hope I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing so I won't have to lose him again. Man, y'all better get the hell out of here. And I don't give a damn what, what these people say about, oh, you just trying to start You just trying to start some shit. You always pulling shit out the air. This is my opinion and you don't have to listen to it. Let's continue.
Me at all costs. You have to think about your own well-being and protecting yourself. And you said at your own assessment, and even the things that she said to you, she was trying to sabotage this man. She was trying to ruin him, build her brand off of him. How do you reconcile with someone who does that? How?
Have you ever been in a relationship with a narcissist before?
Well, we have.
Now, this is about to be funny. So Kevin was just asked, has he ever been in a relationship with a narcissist before? Now, I want you to take note how he explains what he is about to say. Because in Kevin's mind, anybody that has exposed him is a bad person, right? So he's about to basically chop up being exposed as being with a narcissist. Pay attention, because we know that Shy, I think that's her name was, Shy or Shay, came out and exposed him for a lot of things. 1, giving her STD. 2, being a narcissist. 3, being a liar, a cheater, a taker. She came out and exposed him of those things. So he's going to try to craft that she was a narcissist. But I want you to pay attention to what he says, because in him talking, he tells on himself. He tells on himself throughout this video, but he tells on himself, he's going to say, I've been with a lot of women. That's i.e., I done cheated on my wife that I took vows with before the Lord. I done cheated on her multiple times. You have to catch the play on words. He's going to say, I've been with multiple women, but yet he's sitting there being a married man for over 20 years. You do the fucking math, okay? Let's continue.
You reconcile with someone who does that. How?
Have you ever been in a relationship with a narcissist before?
Well, we have many things that we can call narcissistic traits. I'll say this, I've never been with someone who was diagnosed as a narcissist. It would be unfair for me to say, but I have dated women who I would say seem very narcissistic. Okay. So I can say that. Okay. Actually, when I was developing my poly relationship, Jamie and I were separated. I was dating Lacey and a couple of other women. A few of them.
I was dating Lacey and a couple of other women. He was out here being a damn dog in these streets. You hear me? Cheating, slinging that thing around to any and everybody that would take it, okay? Me and he don't even sound credible at all. Me and Jamie was separated, and I was dating Lacey and a couple of other people. How can these women literally sit there and listen to this man say he was fucking off on his wife with the thing that's sitting beside him now, and she wasn't even enough for him. He was still sleeping with other women and saying I was developing my poly relationship. How are you developing poly by slinging dick? How does that even go together? Because I thought poly wasn't based on sex. If he was developing poly relationship, why is he sleeping around? He literally says, I was dating Lacey and a couple of other women. And we already know couple in his mind mean more than 2. He was involved sexually with multiple women. But he'll come out today and say that that's not true. And, oh, he wasn't sleeping with them. They was just spooning each other and shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. He'll come out and say some shit. I didn't say I was sleeping with them. I said I was dating them. We was just spooning each other, you know? We was just spooning each other.
She was trying to ruin him. Build her brand off of him. How do you reconcile with someone who does that? How?
Have you ever been in a relationship with a narcissist before?
Well, we have many things that we can call narcissistic traits. I'll say this: I never dealt with someone who was diagnosed as a narcissist. It would be unfair for me to say, but I have dated women who I would say seem very narcissistic.
Okay.
So I can say that. Actually, when I was developing my poly relationship, Jamie and I was separated. I was dating Lacey and a couple of other women. A few of those behaved just like she did.
A few of those. So anybody that exposed him is a narcissist. A few of those behave just like she did. Yeah, a few of those that exposed him, yeah, they consider narcissists. So if you expose your husband on the internet, you a narc. Make that make sense. If you expose your husband for being a narcissist, then you're a narcissist. Yeah, okay. All right, let's continue.
When I chose Lacey, I decided I wanted to be with Lacey.
And then he says, when I chose Lacey, they exposed me. Nigga, I thought you was with Lacey. So when you stopped cheating on Lacey, is that what he's trying to say? When he stopped cheating on Lacey, he wants Lacey to feel like the prize. Now, I bet she over there with her goofy ass over there grinning and shit. He literally like, when I chose Lacey, when I decided to stop sleeping with other coochies, and I just decided to only sleep with Lacey coochie, and well, Jamie, if I am, whatever, right? But when I decided to just sleep with Lacey and her coochie only, then they got mad. And they exposed me, and so therefore they're narcissists.
In my poly relationship, Jamie and I was separated. I was dating Lacey and a couple of other women. A few of those behaved just like she did. When I chose Lacey, I decided I wanted to be with Lacey instead of those other women. They went online, said a bunch of lies, called me broke.
Look at her. And she looks at Tasha to see how Tasha is going to accept that. I decided to be with Lacey, right? She looking at Tasha K like, do I look like a fool that I let him cheat and then he made his decision and said, my coochie is better than all of theirs, right? She looks at Tasha to try to get, and she probably saying, damn, nigga, I didn't know you was sleeping with somebody else while we was in a relationship. She probably thinking that, like, nigga, you was sleeping around on me? Huh? Is that what you was doing? Dummy.
Broke, said they was paying for me to. I decided I wanted to be with Lacey instead of those other women. They went online, said a bunch of lies, called me broke, said they was paying for me to, and just a bunch of the same stuff.
Okay.
So I've seen this happen before.
So because a woman reveals that he's broke, right? And some, whatever, that makes them narcissistic. Let's listen to that again.
I decided I wanted to be with Lacey instead of those other women. They went online, said a bunch of lies, called me broke.
They went online, said a bunch of lies, and called me broke. And that makes them a narcissist.
They was paying for me to, and just a bunch of the same stuff.
Okay.
So I've seen this happen before. What it did for me is it scared me. It made me say, okay, well, I'm already a public figure. Trying to date like a normal man, it isn't safe. A lot of them already have investments into dealing with you.
Trying to date like a normal man or cheat? Huh? Which one? Trying to date like a normal man? Because a normal man, so is he trying to define normal man as sleeping around with a bunch of women? So trying to date like a normal man? No, trying to cheat. Because that's what he was doing, being a whole cheater out here.
And so if it don't go their way, they'll try to punish you for it because you're somebody. You understand? So these women were fine until I said, I don't want to be with you guys. I want to be with Lacey.
Had you laid down with any of those women?
Absolutely.
Okay. See?
So he up here mixing secretions and shit, which is dangerous as hell. It's dangerous. He mixing, so he can't even say he can't even come back now and say he was just spooning them because y'all heard him just say he was, and I like Tasha K's follow-through question. I like that she didn't even leave room for him to later come back and scream that he wasn't sleeping with these women, that he was just being spooned by these women. So Tasha K, good damn job. Your follow-through was on point. Okay? The follow-through was definitely on point. He out here sleeping around with a whole bunch of women while his wife and children are at home. But he's supposed to be this great ass guy. He left his wife and kids to go out and sleep around with a whole bunch of women. Make that make sense.
I said, I don't want to be with you guys. I want to be with Lacey.
Had you laid down with any of those women?
Absolutely.
Okay. So you do take on the responsibility of why it went the way that it went.
Well,
As a
She asks, so you do take on the responsibility. The first, it shouldn't be no, well, only a narcissist would have said, well, well, well is I'm a narcissist and I do not take accountability or responsibility for anything. So I'm about to make an excuse right now. I'm gonna gaslight you right now, and I don't take on the responsibility of shit. Okay, let's go back because that well was hell no, I don't take on responsibility because I'm a narcissist. And you see her, she's like, I know you're not gonna sit here. I know you're not about to sit here across from me and tell me that these women going online and exposing you, I know you're not about to tell me that they didn't have reasons to do so, valid reasons to do so. You're sleeping with them while sleeping with your dummy that's to the right of you, and while you're still married with 3 children. So Tasha's like, I know you're not about to sit here and tell me that. I know that you're going to say you understand why these women would feel the way they feel. He's like, well, you know a lie coming out when he say that, okay?
absolutely.
Okay. So you do take on the responsibility of why it went the way that it went.
Well,
As a black man.
Then she's like, I'm a guy, come on now. I'm about to get, she's like, let me, as a black man, as a leader, as a responsible human, you gotta know you sleeping around with a bunch of other women is not good. And it causes pain and hurt and all of that shit. You gotta know that.
Black man, the top.
Hold on, let's go back.
A black man as a leader.
Let's go back.
Of why it went the way that it went.
well,
As a black man, as a leader, and I consider black men the top
sure,
of the top of the top, right? I'm talking about out of all men.
sure.
And that is why you guys are attacked at every different angle. Okay. And so I'm reverting back to like my husband's dad, right? I love to use.
She's giving him a bye. She should have just shut the fuck up and let him answer at this point. But now she's about to dress it up and put ketchup and mustard on it. And it's going to allow him a chance to think up a manipulative answer to come back, a response. Or it may not even been what he was initially going to say. She should have shut up on this one. Tasha, you did too much on that one.
Him as an example, 4 wives, right?
Mhm.
But his family has always, even if there were like, I don't know, I'm sure that there were other women outside to get to those 4 wives, right? But you don't, the way we see women behaving now versus back then, it's like as a man, you have to take responsibility to some degree with whom you decide to lay down with. Right?
See, you know, people get nervous and they start drinking that water. Look at them. Look at them slurping up that water, right? Because, you know, narcissists, they have hot flashes and shit when not from menopausal, but from just knowing they about to tell a goddamn lie, right? He don't take no responsibility, but let's continue to listen. He gonna gulp that water because he feel like the spotlight is on him and not in a good way, okay? His leadership card is being snatched or challenged, should I say. Tasha K is challenging his leadership card. Okay?
Or to figure out that character before they take to social media to try to destroy you. It's kind of like knowing who you're laying down.
Sure.
Okay? And Robert knew very well.
See, I don't like the fact that she just let him off the hook. She literally let Kevin off the hook. Because she asked Kevin a question. And the question was, you do take accountability or responsibility for them coming out and doing what they're doing, right? And then she didn't even give him a chance to answer. Tasha, you literally let him off the hook with that, Tasha. Literally let him off the hook with that. Now she's probably like, well, because we came here to talk about, you know, the Robert and Brianna situation, and maybe she wanted to redirect the conversation, but she literally let this gaslighting, manipulating, narcissistic acting man off the hook. She let him off the hook.
Type of person Brianna was.
I don't think so. I think he told himself a fantasy of who she would be. And men do that. See, a woman has an idea of marriage. Typically, it's a guy who's doing better than her resourcefully, and he comes and shares those resources with her, gives her a better life. He's tall, all this type of things.
He tall. Where's he tall at? That little short finger, short fucking hand, small head. How is he tall? How isn't he like 5'10" or 5'9" or maybe 5'7"? When he was heavier, he was shorter. Since he's gotten a little lighter, he may have grown an inch. He might be 5'10" or 5'11", but he damn sure tall. Tall where? Tall where? But now that a man is tall and he's making $60,000 a year, and I mean that makes him a cat, like nigga. Maybe in Forest City, you know, they were in a little small area in North Carolina, so that might be the case. Okay, you know, maybe he was the shit in Forest City.
And he comes and shares those resources with her, gives her a better life. He's tall, all this type of things. A man's idea.
He says he's tall and all these type of things. All what type of things? He's tall and all these type of things. What's all these type of things? Tall? So tall supposed to be it. He's tall and all these type of things. What did he add? What was his value? What did he bring? He's tall and all these type of, he can't even think of no attributes for his brother besides just being tall. He's tall with a jacked up teeth, knees that knock, breath that stank, ego, narcissistic, gaslighting, manipulative, insecure. He's tall and all these type of things. What?
See, a woman has an idea of marriage. Typically, it's a guy who's doing better than her resourcefully, and he comes and shares those resources with her, gives her a better life. He's tall, all this type of things. A man's idea of marriage is that that woman loves him, that she's a unicorn, that she's special. That's what he thinks. He doesn't think that she's a liar, conniving, deceitful. He doesn't think that, or he would not marry her.
But that's what he is. So it's okay for him to be a liar, deceitful, and what's the other words he used? Hold on. Hold on. Let's go back.
She's a unicorn, that she's special. That's what he thinks. He doesn't think that she's a liar, conniving, deceitful.
Conniving and deceitful. That's what he is. He's a cheater. He's a loser. He's a user. He's a liar. He's a manipulator. He's a con artist. He's a gaslighter. He's a narcissist. He's controlling. Must I go on? He act like a girl. He whines. He plays the victim. He wants sympathy. He lies on his kids. Must I go on? Must I go on?
He doesn't think, or he would not marry her. He's going to walk around with her on his arm. He wants her to make him look good. This is why men don't marry women if he has value.
Jamie, stop shaking your head. Why are you agreeing with what he's saying? JC is sitting up there shaking her head as if she gets it. He says he want a woman that look good. He want a woman on his arm. JC, you wasn't good enough for that. You didn't do that for him. Why are you shaking your head in agreement with this bullshit? Are you not thinking right now? He left you. And he went and found somebody that makes him look good. Girl, he bumped you to the housekeeper, the babysitter. He said you're his peace and calm, and Lacey is his fire and desire. And you over there shaking your head. What is wrong with this girl? I I can't even stomach this shit, y'all. What is wrong with her? This man literally said a man want to marry a woman that make him look good and be his arm piece, and you shaking your head like you get it. What do you get from that? That you wasn't it? He needed more. You didn't do it for him. After 14 years, you couldn't sprinkle your mojo juju on him to keep him with you. After 14 years. After 14 years, you should know what this man is thinking. This man should know what you're thinking. You should know how to make him laugh, cry, happy, sad. You didn't do that for him. You failed in that category, JC. Why are you agreeing with him and shaking your head like you understand? These people. See, I can't watch the video. I just need to listen to it because it just, ugh.
All this type of things. The man's out there married that that woman loves him, that she's a unicorn, that she's special. That's what he thinks. He doesn't think that she's a liar, conniving, deceitful. He doesn't think, or he would not marry her. He's going to walk around with her on his arm. He wants her to make him look good. This is why men don't marry women if he has value that lives like that. She doesn't make him look good. It would be embarrassing. His peers won't respect him because he's married a woman of low value. So if he marries her, he thinks
look at JC eyes, Lord Jesus.
That's what he thinks.
But we started off this conversation with Brianna being somewhat considered by men of low value.
Exactly, Tasha. Exactly. So what Tasha K is saying right here, which she hit it on the nose. Brianna didn't hide the fact that she had 3 kids when she met LaTruth. LaTruth knew she had 3 kids. And a woman that has 3 kids in most men's mind are of low value. That's how men think. Oh, you got 3 kids and you've never been married and you ain't with the daddy? They automatically assume that's of low value. She didn't hide her kids in a fucking suitcase and then popped them out. They came running out the fucking closet after she moved in. He knew about them. He knew about her children. She didn't hide her kids. He very much knew that she had kids. So he knew what he was marrying. So for Kevin to sit his lying ass across the table and say he thought that she was of value, a man automatically assumed that, you know what I mean? That you are of low value. And I'm not saying that you are, but they think that. They think that another man don't want you because you have children. Right? So you can't come up with that lie and say he thought that he was getting the real deal or the full package and this, that, and the other, and he was tricked. He already knew if Brianna wasn't with the kid's father, there has to be something went on. Right? You don't have 3 kids by the same man and don't marry him, or he don't marry you if there is not some type of conflict going on. Because why in the world would he not marry you after 3 kids? Because they had a toxic relationship. Okay? So I like the way she followed up with that again and said, listen, he knew what the hell he was getting into.
Considered by men of low value with 3 kids. She's coming into a relationship with a man who was pretty much a bachelor who already has a social media presence. So, I mean, so are we gonna blame, like, at this point it's like Brianna's hand was open.
Exactly.
Right? It was kind of like, I'm coming as I am.
This is who I am, and this is what I got. This is who is in my suitcase. Kid 1, kid 2, kid 3. I ain't hiding shit. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Right? This is what I'm coming with. And then they have a child together. him using the excuse that he didn't know or couldn't see that to me is insane.
It's a lie, Tasha, is what it's called. It's not, it's Tasha. It's not insane, Tasha. No. It's not insane. Tasha's a lie. Tasha, it's deceitful. Tasha, it's narcissistic. Tasha, it's an excuse. Tasha, call it what it is, Tasha. They're lying. It's not insane. It's an excuse. It's a damn lie. He knew what he was getting into. He had small pickings himself, Tasha. He wasn't no catch, Tasha. He knew what he was getting into. His brother is across the table from you lying, Tasha. If Kevin didn't think Brianna was a good catch or a value in a relationship, Kevin wouldn't have been sending photos of different women that he was sleeping with to LaTruth saying, who did this remind you of? Who does this look like? He was literally sending photos and he admitted it out of his own lying ass mouth. He admitted it, that he was sending photos of people to his brother LaTruth saying, who does this remind you of? Who does this look like? And he is like, Brianna. If he didn't think that Brianna was of any value, he wouldn't have been taking photos and sending it back to his brother. He thought that his brother had a catch and he wanted what his brother had. And that's why he left JC. Because JC, compared to Brianna, she was a downgrade. He's like, I got to look at a woman that got popcorn teeth. The fucking teeth was all over her mouth and shit. She was a little extra heavier than he would like. She had a long face and she still does, right? He felt like his brother got one up on him. I believe that they've been in competition pretty much their whole life. And when Stinky Breath Robert won, secured, and locked down a beautiful woman like Brianna, insecure as, competitive as Kevin felt like his brother got one up on him. He felt like, damn, your woman look better than my woman. Let me go find somebody that's even a little bit equivalent to what you have. The reason why he left Jamie to fend for herself with those 3 children is because he wanted to go out and find a Brianna. Ain't no brother is taking photos and sending them to his brother saying, who does this look like, of different females, if he wasn't on a quest to find a Brianna. He was on a quest to find a Brianna. Even if I can agree that he did it one time, I would say, okay, that's just one time. He just ran into somebody, they look like Brie, and he's like, hey, bro, who does this look like? But nigga, you did it multiple times. You sent your brother multiple photos. You was obsessed with your brother's wife. You felt like your brother had a better catch. He married JC when they were 19. And we seen the picture of them when they got married. JC wasn't no catch. Like, come on. She looked way bigger than him. It looked more like a Rotisha, a Restabutia and Norbit type deal, you know? It looked uneven. It didn't look, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if she, you know, he looked at very little tiny, little man, and she looked at oversized. It wasn't even. You understand what I'm saying? He didn't like that uneven look. He wanted somebody that complimented him better, that made him look better. She, you know, and then when he gained weight, she just made him look like a short pudge. You know what I'm saying? He looked like a pudgy boy. with a round pudge face. She had a pudge face. He had a pudge face. They wasn't a good look. He wanted somebody to compliment him, to make him feel like the hero. JC didn't do it for him. So he went on a quest to find him a Brianna. Just like LaTruth is currently on. He's trying to find him a Brianna. Another Brianna, should I say. Don't let nobody fool you. He's trying to find another Brianna. Okay? Let's continue.
You have to understand when people come with that much baggage, you have to understand what comes with that because she's been scorned before, obviously.
So from my eyes,
Okay.
I could see it.
Okay.
And I tried to talk to him about that. But he loved it. See, I've dated a lot in my life. I met Jamie really young. We had a very long relationship, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So I've dated other women. My brother always clowned me because I'm the type of person who will date. I'm not a hit it and quit, one night stand type of guy. I've never done it.
What is JC smiling for? Your man just told you, what? I'm not a hit it and quit it type of guy. I date. While being married, why is she smiling like it's a great, amazing fucking thing? Y'all. This woman is killing me. You know, the other day I had a little sympathy for her. Like, child, if that sympathy ain't gone out the damn door, I swear she is one of the dumbest. I don't give a damn what people think. She one of the damn dumbest. She said, I've been listening to this man. They've been married ever since he was 19 years old. This nigga said, I done dated a lot. Like, nigga, the things that you're saying is not good. I done dated a lot, me and her. Listen to what he says and listen how she reacts. Like, you don't have a prize. This man is straight up embarrassing your goofy ass.
I've dated other women.
Hold on, listen to this shit. My brother said that I date a lot. I'm not a hit it and quit it type of guy. What? No, you may not be a hit it and quit it type of guy. You just hit all at the same time type of guy. I don't hit it and quit it. I keep it and flip it and, you know what I mean, and poke it and yoke it. He literally just hit them all at the same time. I'm not a hit it and quit it. I just tell them what it is. I'm fucking all y'all. Why is she sitting there like, what the fuck is the smile for?
Hit it, quit it, one night stand.
What is she smiling for? I'm not a hit it and quit it one night stand. No, I'm just married and fuck around. I'm done with this shit.
Born before, obviously.
So from my eyes, I could see it.
Okay.
And I tried to talk to him about that. But he loved it. See, I've dated a lot in my life. I met Jamie really young. We had a very long relationship, obviously. Mm-hmm. So I've dated other women. My brother always clowned me because I'm the type of person who
and you know how they say men, or not men, but people over explain when they, you know, they're pushed against the wall or when they lying or whatever. He just realized what he said. I dated a lot of women in my life because it don't coincide with what he got going on. The Joker's sitting across from Tasha as a married man of over 20 years. But yet he says he done dated a lot in his life. I done dated a lot in my life, but I've been married for over 20 years. This just confirms that he's cheated on JC pretty much for a long ass time. That's what this means. Anyway, let's play it.
I've dated other women. My brother always clowned me because I'm the type of person who will date. I'm not a hit it, quit, one night stand type of guy. I've never done it in my entire life.
And what, you know, I'm sorry. I gotta put the camera back on. I've never done that in my entire life. I gotta put the camera back on her. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta catch her looking crazy again.
He's been scorned before, obviously.
So from my eyes,
okay,
I can see it.
Okay.
And I tried to talk to him about that. But he loved it. See, I've dated a lot in my life.
Now, I'm going to tell you he's lying, right? He said from his eyes, he can see it. But he tried to warn him, but he loved her. Now, mind you, you know that they lived 15 minutes apart, Robert and LaTruth. He's only met Brianna one time. before this. Wait a minute, did she say one time? Or maybe that was Toya. I think she maybe met him more than one time. But I think did Bree say she met Kevin one time? I want to say, I know she said she had only met Toya one time, and that was Jamaica. But anyway, Kevin did not come over often at all. And they got married only after 3 years. 3 months of knowing each other. 3 months and they were married. 3 months. And I do not believe that she met, I could be wrong, but I do not believe that she met Kevin before they said I do. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. But they only dated for 3 months and got married. Okay.
Jamie really young. We had a very long relationship, obviously. So I've dated other women. My brother always clowned me because I'm the type of person who will date. I'm not a.
Look at her smiling. What are you smiling for?
Quit one night. Same type of guy. I've never done.
Look at her.
In my entire life. Okay, so he always said, "Man, you like to just stay with me and stuff like that."
We're talking about Robert, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so the thing is, it taught me skills.
He had to adjust himself to think of what the fuck to say. He's like, let me think of what the fuck to say. Right? He said he's never been his entire life a type of guy that liked to hit it and quit it. No, he just liked to sleep with a whole bunch of women and just sleep with them until he stopped sleeping with that one, and he'd still be sleeping with another one and another one and another one, you know?
I met Jamie really young. We had a very long relationship, obviously. So I've dated other women. My brother always clowned me because I'm the type of person who will date. I'm not a hit it and quit one night stand type of guy. I've never done it in my entire life. Okay, so he always said, "Man, you like to just stay with me and stuff like that."
We're talking about Robert, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
Look at him.
It taught me skills that helped me maintain a relationship. You understand? So I can see it where he's been a Casanova his whole life. He's never had a serious relationship. So he's
never had a serious relationship. He's never had a serious relationship. Why? Because ain't nobody never want to be serious with him. You hear me? He never had a serious relationship because he wasn't marketable. Let's just be honest. He wasn't marketable. Wasn't nobody trying to take him home to meet mama except for Sierra. And, you know, she's a little disproportionate mentally. You know, she got learning disabilities and shit. You know what I'm saying? So wasn't nobody but Sierra trying to take him home to see mama, to visit mama and daddy. He wasn't marketable. Nobody was trying to scoop him up. He hit a lick when he met Bree. Bree had just lost her mama and lost her mind. Because that's the only way I can explain how she got with him. She lost her mama. And when her mama got in the casket and they lowered her mama underneath the ground, her mind went with it. Period. And that's why she ended up with LaTruth. You know? Let's go.
Brianna, red flags that he would normally notice through trial and error. He doesn't notice them.
How would he know through trial and error if he ain't never had a serious ass relationship? He's contradicting himself. If he's never been in a serious relationship, then how the hell you know what red flags to look for? He's the red flag. You a red flag. How can you see a red flag unless you look in the mirror? Y'all are red flags. Everything about you scream red flag, red flag, red flag. The fuck?
And that's where I was holding him accountable at. Because
and I would hold him accountable there too. But that's in lack of knowledge. So so for us, we can see a woman of low value, right?
Okay.
So she has 3 children outside of him. Now, low value, not personality-wise,
right?
Okay, because I would never paint this idea that a single mother is a bad person in any way.
Right.
Sometimes people have really been through stuff.
Right.
So that's why I say relationships are about the people in them. It's not a rule of thumb. Don't deal with women with children, but you need to vet her and understand what her thinking is like. And if she tells you what her relationship was like with her ex, you need to listen. If it's a whole bunch of trauma, then you need to really hear this.
Right.
Because even if she was done wrong, if she hasn't healed from that, you will have to pay for that.
This nigga ain't healed from, Kevin ain't healed from when Toya did what she did at 13. Robert ain't healed from his mama dying at 5 years old. Nobody in that family is healed. But he up here talking about if a woman is not healed. Nigga, you ain't healed. This man ain't healed from being called gay the very first time in his life. He's not healed. Oh my God.
That's not a good thing. And she's wrong for that, actually. We are always responsible for our own healing. If you put a Band-Aid on or a cast, it don't heal your wound or your bone. You do that. The cast just holds your bone in place, right? The Band-Aid just covers the wound to keep it from being infected. Your body is doing that healing. Even if you go to the doctor and get medication.
You see how he said Brianna is wrong, right? He's trying to say Brianna wrong because Brianna should have never got in a relationship with Robert because she should have healed. Brianna was calling for a promo and this nigga liked her and wanted to be with her. She just wanted to be on the internet. But she had to kiss his ass and smell his breath in order to get her video out there. You understand what I'm saying? Brianna didn't call him to get with him. Do they not understand that? Brianna wasn't attracted to him. Them big lips and ugly teeth, not knees, few extra pounds. That's not what she wanted. You understand what I'm saying? Let's continue.
A terminal illness. When your body builds itself back, that's your body. The medicine don't do that. So when we come out of relationships, we go right back into one, taking all the experiences from that last relationship into this one. You're wrong for that.
And I asked him, I said, do you feel that your relationship was based on trauma, like a trauma bond? And he said, yes, during our interview. And that's the first, I think that's the first step to acknowledging that. I don't think there needs to be a separation. I think there needs to be a breakdown of everything that this relationship was built on and a reconciliation of how can we build from here.
Exactly. Which going to counseling and putting God first in your marriage would have done that. Going to counseling because they were both trauma. Kevin and his brother grew up dust bunnies. They were dusties. They were straight up ass dusties. They were kicked out at a young age and put on the streets to fend for themselves. That's trauma right there. They didn't know what the fuck they was doing. Their daddy really wasn't involved as much. The grandmother must have passed away or whatever happened to her. He said out his own mouth he had his first apartment at 15, 16. Robert said 16, whatever the case may be. That's still too damn young to be paying bills and having responsibility of your own life. They all had trauma, but they want to just try to shine a light on and make it seem like Brianna, the only one, came into this situationship with trauma. Nah, niggas, y'all had trauma too. Y'all was from Forest City and you was broke, busted, and fucking disgusted. That's called trauma.
Because both of us were entering. And I did recently see them do something together online. So,
which is horrible as well.
I didn't see.
If you're talking about the interview what he did.
Yeah.
It was a setup to call my brother a narcissist. Even though she came on there and did a lot of the same things she's always done, when they got off, they were calling him a narcissist again. It's unreal. And she told him before the interview that it was going to be a setup. So she did an interview with those people the first time. They did not call my brother and ambush her so it could be fair. But when he did the interview, they called her and ambushed my brother so it could be fair.
Okay.
And then after the interview, this specialist, or she says that she's a specialist, some type of therapist, calls him a narcissist, diagnoses him on a public platform.
Yeah, you can't diagnose anyone. That's why I say it was crazy. We all have narcissistic.
He has children with him. He's trying to build this relationship that she destroyed with his daughter. And she's going to go on a public platform.
So she destroyed a relationship with his daughter. But did he not say, didn't Kevin not tell his own brother, if it was my daughter, I would cut her off? Now, we're going to get to the why he said these things. I would cut her off and don't reconcile with your wife and all of this stuff. We're going to get to that. It's coming. Now, it may not come today. It might come tomorrow because, like I said, we're going to have a part 2 on this video. Let me go a little further. Hey, it might be a part 3 or 4 shit.
I want to say my brother's a narcissist. She has no care in the world for what this man is going through. I think Brianna paid her. I think she pays a lot of people. This is why I say you cannot deal with this person.
You know, this man literally says he thinks Brianna paid her, and he thinks Brianna pay a lot of people. while he openly admitted to paying people that went hard in the paint for his brother. So he actually did pay somebody $500. And I think it was more than one person. He paid people money. I don't know if it was 500. I don't know how much it was, to be honest with you, but I know it was 100 or more, but he paid money to these people, right? To keep it going. He wanted to keep it going, but yet he literally, I don't want to jump ahead and tell y'all why he did what he did. So let me just play this, because I've been told y'all why he did what he did. I've been broke the whole damn thing down. Okay.
See, if you break Brianna all the way down to where it began, okay, she's wanting to build a platform. She's going to use him to do that. She's just simply the way she's treated. Okay, you take her back, this woman who literally tried to destroy everything y'all tried to build, tried to rip the children from you. I don't see a way to patch that. The person is gone. That person doesn't deserve a husband.
That person don't deserve a husband.
And y'all trying to build, trying to rip the children from you. I don't see a way to patch that. The person is gone. That person doesn't deserve a husband.
Let's stop here, you guys. We're gonna stop here for today. I've already been live for 2 hours. We're gonna stop here for today. And I'm only 23 minutes in, y'all. I am only 23 minutes in. But I want to say something about this man saying that person don't deserve a husband, right? This is the very reason I'm going to continue to break this video down, but it's going to take way more than just one day or two. But let me go into this. This is the very reason that they're trying to destroy her relationship with Jonell right now, okay? They don't want Brianna with a man. You know, the things happened the way it did with her and Robert. The mere fact that Kevin literally just came out his mouth and said that person doesn't deserve a husband. They want Brianna by herself. They don't look at Brianna as being anybody that should bounce back from any losses, anything that may have brought her down or temporarily stunt her growth. They don't want her to grow. They don't want her to win. They don't want her to be happy. They feel like she doesn't deserve happiness. She can't recover from a loss. They don't want her to recover from a loss. The mere fact that this man said she doesn't deserve a husband, that is why he was on the phone with Jonell, trying to convince Jonell to leave Brianna. Y'all remember that? Do you remember that? He literally had a conversation with Jonell, trying to get Jonell to leave, right? Because he wants Brianna all by herself. She don't deserve a husband. Kevin has completely dehumanized Brianna. Now, in my opinion, and I'm only going to give you a small snippet of why I feel this way. We're going to break it all the way down when we do a full analysis. But that statement alone screams resentment, hatred, envy. And you have to ask yourself, why does a brother-in-law resent his brother's wife, baby's mother, or ex-wife now? Why does a brother-in-law resent another woman that he wasn't even married to? Why in the world is he so invested, wrapped up, so deep into his brother's marriage or divorce, lack of marriage? And he's so envious. The resentment is steaming, is screaming. This man says she doesn't deserve a husband, right? That alone tells you he feels that there's no comeback for Brianna. When he says she doesn't deserve a husband, he doesn't mean like right now. He don't mean like until she does the work, until she heal, until she go to counseling, she needs extra, whatever. The way he said is as if she is incapable of being human, right? Incapable of healing, getting it together, going to counseling, turning to God. He literally comes out of his face and says she doesn't deserve a husband. And in my opinion, that is the reason why some of those content creators over there still heavily trying to destroy Brianna's relationship, even though she's been in her relationship with Jonell for 2.5 years already. 2.5 years. 2.5 years. And I feel like it doesn't matter. They will spend the next 5-10 years trying to destroy Brianna's relationship. Why? Because they feel like Kevin feel. She doesn't deserve. I feel like not even a husband. I feel like they feel Brianna doesn't deserve peace. She doesn't deserve happiness. She doesn't deserve joy. And it bothers their soul when they see her out here smiling with her children, laughing and playing with her children. They try to flip it and turn it around and say she don't like her kids don't like her, she's not a good mother, and all this bullshit. Even though they see those children are happy with their mom, they flip it and try to point her out to be a bad mom, all because of their envious and jealousy, and they're angry. Now, I'm going to tell you why. Her happiness screams that they wasted their time. Because, they spent damn near 3 years trying to destroy and kill her happiness, kill her joy, stop her smile. So when they still see her smile, they make up lies and fool themselves and say she don't love her kids. She's over there sitting in misery. Oh my God, her life is falling down. They literally lie to themselves and try to trick themselves. And the reason being is because if they told the truth, if they literally confess what they see, and that is a woman moved on and is happy with her current ass life, if they tell the truth, they will have to sit in it that they lost, that they failed. They did not succeed in destroying her happiness, her joy, her calm, her peace. They tried and they fell. No one likes to be a failure. That's why you hear them come out and try to explain shit when they don't win. They twist the truth when they don't win. They try again and again and again when they don't win. No one likes to be failures. If they felt one moment that they won and Brianna was miserable, they would be sitting back laughing. They would be sitting back happy, clapping. No, they're doubling down. They're what's the word? Deflecting. Saying that she's not happy when she comes out here smiling and dancing. They literally think that she's not happy. And all she wanted to do was move the fuck on from them and him. Now, she did want a marriage at first. She did. But when these people, these vultures, these fucking misfits came out saying, leave him alone and don't mention his name again, she's like, all right, well, shit. Since that's what he want, that's what y'all want, I won't do it. I won't mention this nigga. I'll move on. Y'all can have his ass. But they like, hold on. We ain't really want him. We want you. You're more fun. You're more fun. Fuck him. We want you. We want to entertain you. We want to watch you. You're more entertaining. You're more entertaining. So they went on a quest to destroy her. And because their supporters are dumb, stuck on stupid, illiterate, they pull up every day to listen to these people say how unhappy she is, as if as if they live with her, as if they really know what's going on, as if they really know what's going on, because they act like they do. Every day they make up crazy ass shit. Oh, they're not together no more. He don't love her no more. Oh, she moved in with him. Oh, she's back at her house. Oh, he don't love her. Oh, they ain't together. Oh, he don't want to be a father. Oh, he want to be a single father. Oh, he don't want Bree. Oh, he didn't say happy Valentine's Day. Oh, he didn't say happy Mother's Day. Oh, he didn't put her on his Instagram. Like, all because they chose to be a little bit more private with their union. He didn't buy her a ring. He didn't take on a trip. She bought her herself. Oh, no, she broke. She buy him, pay for him, do everything for him, but she broke. Oh, she took him out on a trip out of the country for her birthday, and she only bought a lousy little bitty bouncy house for her daughter. That means that she loved her man more than she loved her daughter. Meanwhile, they motherfucking asses is not buying big ass bouncy houses for their children. But they want people to believe that they love their children. They ain't buying experiences for their children. Their kids ain't going no fucking where. Nowhere. But yet she don't love her kids because she didn't fly her 6-year-old out the country. Right? She didn't take her 6-year-old to Jamaica, so she loved her less. Brianna don't love her daughter because she do more for the her boyfriend than she does for her own kids, which equals that she is a bad mom. That's all I have for you today. I'll be back with my slow ass videos tomorrow. Literally. They lie to their supporters because they really don't know what's going on. And they hate that. Brianna come out here and get them 3-4 minute clips and she out of here. She out of here. She has learned to mask giving them bare fucking minimum and they can't stand that shit. She ain't gotta go live 20 fucking times a day to still make her motherfucking bag, baby. That's what they can't stand. But again, let's listen to this comment again and listen to this man. Listen to this invested ninja. Listen to this.
I think Brianna paid her. I think she pays a lot of people. This is why he didn't vet. He shouldn't have been so googly eyed at it.
I don't agree because, I mean, he went in with trauma. She went into a relationship with trauma. They both contributed equally.
What trauma would you say he brought in?
The trauma from his past, his mother, and
his
wanting.
Mom?
Yeah,
he had no woman trauma.
And the trauma.
Kevin is so stupid. Hold on, I think I went ahead. Kevin said, "What trauma did he bring in?" Hold on, I think I went too far.
Brianna all the way down to where it began. Okay, she wanted to build her platform. She's going to use him to do that. She's just simply the way she's treating him. Mm-hmm. Okay, you take her back. This woman who literally tried to destroy everything y'all tried to build, tried to rip the children from you. I don't see a way to patch that. The person is gone. That person doesn't deserve a husband. He'll have to go through the heartbreak because he did not vet. He didn't vet. He shouldn't have been.
So did Kevin vet? Kevin got married at 19 years old. Do y'all think Kevin vetted? Or did they just learn to, or not even learn, but I say learn to love each other. Did he vet? But he's making it work, right? Kevin didn't vet. He was 19. You don't know what you want at 19 years old. You don't know how this thing go at 19 years old. He didn't vet. But he made a decision to make it work. But he don't want his brother to. He said he'll just have to go through the heartbreak. He literally said his brother would just have to go through the heartbreak. And the reason being is because he wanted his brother away from Brianna. And in my opinion, he didn't want his brother to have a nice looking woman. He was always envious of his brother having a good looking woman on his arm. That was the one thing, you guys, the one thing that LaTruth had over Kevin in his mind. Kevin always felt like he was smarter, wiser, more well-spoken, put together. Brianna was the only up, if you want to call it, one up that he had over Kevin. Brianna was it. Brianna was the only thing that LaTruth had a one up on Kevin. I got a bad woman. She's smart. She knows how to make money from multiple streams of income. She kept their administrative stuff straight. She had great ideas. She was a go-getter, a hustler, a pusher. You give her an inch and she's going to take a mile. You give her lemons and she's going to make lemonade. She literally made LaTruth better. Right? Brianna was the only thing that Kevin was intimidated with his brother with. He competed with his brother. So he went and got 2 wives because he felt like his brother had a better selective woman. He got a better choice. He selected better than him. That was the one thing that his brother had over him, a baddie. And he wanted that baddie gone so that he can flaunt around his family, flaunt around his union, flaunt around the fact that he's still a father to his children. He even says things, slick shit, like I raised my kids like a father should type shit. He's taking jabs at his brother and can't nobody tell me differently. He know his brother don't pay child support, and he know his brother don't have nothing to do with his 17-year-old. And he know he told his brother, if it was me, I'll cut her off. So he want his brother to cut off his children, divorce his wife, while Kevin sit over there and do what? Enjoy his family. Enjoy his ladies. Enjoy his children and be looked at like a family man. Yeah. He literally talked his brother into giving up his family. Fuck your daughter. Fuck your wife. Go through the trauma, heal from it, and you're going to be fine. You just got to go through the pain, bro. You're going to have to go through the pain. What brother tell another brother to leave your spouse? But he's supposed to be a life coach. Can you imagine a life coach telling you to leave your spouse? Can you? Leave your spouse. When he has publicly came out here and said that he literally counseled Brianna and Robert a few times, and he always sided with Brianna. He said it out of his own mouth. I always sided with Bree. I always sided with Bree. But yet he wanted his brother not to reconcile. He didn't say, hey, let's go to counseling. Y'all get it together. Y'all stay together for the strength of the family. Too many black families out there breaking up and blah, 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 all that hoopla. He didn't say none of that. He basically is saying she don't deserve a husband. She's the worst of the worst. Yeah. Let's run that back just right quick.
Deserve a husband. He'll have to go through the heartbreak because he did not vet. He didn't vet. He shouldn't have been so googly-eyed at it.
He didn't vet. But he's trying to say he vet at 19 years old.
I don't agree because
I don't agree either, Tasha. Not a goddamn 1 minute. I don't agree either.
I mean, he went in with trauma.
Surely
She
did.
went into a relationship with trauma. They both contributed equally.
What trauma would you say, Brian?
The trauma from his past, his mother, and
His
wanting,
mom?
yeah,
He didn't know woman trauma.
and the trauma
Wait a
of
second.
him not having a relationship ever. So
Exactly.
he's someone who is very inexperienced in relationships, and so he's
And you got to think this nigga 11 years older than her. Brianna was, so her mama died at 22. She met him at 23 and married him at 24. So she married this man at 24 and he's 11 years older than her. Y'all do the math. Drop down his age for me. How old was LaTruth when they got married? Or even when they met? How old was he? Now now his birthday's in June and hers is in June and they married in July. So let me see. So when they met, they were 30. He was 34. So 34, because she was 23. And yeah, they met in April. So about to turn 35, but he was 34. So 34 years old, never been married, and never been in a real relationship. Per what he said, right? Per what he said. Never been in a real relationship. How far am I off with super chats? Somebody said I needed 8 more super chats. Can you guys get me to my goal? Only 8 more, please. Thank you. Or whatever it is. Please, please, please. And thank you. So 34, never had a serious relationship. You don't think that's trauma? Huh?
putting himself with someone who's very experienced with having a relationship. Yeah,
He didn't know woman trauma.
And the trauma
Wait a
of
second.
him not having a relationship ever. So you're taking someone who is very inexperienced in relationships, and so he's putting himself with someone who's very experienced with having relationships.
Consider the labor.
And then he constantly tells her, which he told me, and he said it over and over during our interview. I had to go back and watch that. And I was like, if this is what he was saying to her over the years, as a woman, I would probably crack somewhere too, right? Because she's already traumatized. And then you're reminding her every day that inadvertently that she's somewhat low value, or she should be appreciative.
That's right. And see, Kevin don't see anything wrong with that because Kevin don't see anything wrong with that because I guarantee you he remind those women that he's with the same thing what Tasha K is about to say.
I put you on this pedestal. I'm taking care of your children. You did not have a platform before you met me. All of these things, right? And so it's like you go into childlike mode trying to prove yourself that you're better. So even though it was fucked up and I understood, because I put myself in her shoes, like, why would she go to the extreme of trying to break him down? It's because she's trying to scream out to prove not only to herself, but to people who have traumatized her in the past, and even the public's perception that I am somebody, I am of value. Despite me having 3 children, now 4, despite me having a breakdown in my relationship, like he constantly reminded her every day that she would have been nothing
without him. And that's abuse. That's abuse. And if you in it, get out of it. Okay? If you in it, get out of it. Or go to counseling. Because if you just let it ride, it's going to get worse. Okay? That's abuse. That is abuse. I will not stay with a man that basically make me feel like shit. That I ain't nothing without him. Then if I ain't nothing without you, then be nothing without my ass, okay? Let me be nothing then. I would rather be nothing without you than to be with you and feel like I ain't shit with you. Okay?
So it did not go that way. That's not an everyday type of reminder. Okay. Whenever he's doing all that he can.
And this man says that wasn't an everyday reminder, like he lived in their bathroom. This nigga act like he was the fly or the roaches in the corner of their house. You hear what he said? It didn't go like that every day. This man literally act like he lived in the goddamn house with them. He slept in the bed with them. He literally act like they had a polygamy relationship going on. Am I wrong? Am I hearing this? He literally like, it didn't go like that every day. No, he didn't say this on no daily basis. How does he know this? He don't know. He only know what Robert told him.
One of those things, and she's still complaining. This man is now saying, let me.
Constantly reminded her every day that she would have been nothing without him.
So
And it
did not go that way. That's not an everyday type of reminder. Okay.
Okay.
Whenever he's doing all that he can to make her happy, and he really was. Okay. Now it may be buying her things, taking her places, but that's what he needed to do. That's what she asked for.
And Kevin know he lying. Kevin is a liar. Kevin know he lying. He literally said he doing everything to make her happy. And that's whether it's buying her things and taking her places. This nigga ain't never left the country until Bree took him out the country. She upgraded this joker. Kevin know he lying. But I'm going to tell you why. Not right now, but I'm going to tell you why he did this. I'm going to tell you why he did this. Okay? He was trying real hard too, y'all. I'm talking about hard in the paint hard, y'all. He was trying hard. Anyway, let's continue.
So when he's doing those things and she's still complaining, this man is now saying, let me put my value on the table. I do this for you. I do that for you. This isn't him rubbing it in her face. See, it's really difficult dealing with what I call an emotional terrorizer. Okay. You can try to explain to them your value, but it will come off as insulting them. So if you say, I do all this, and you're still ungrateful, to her, I'm ungrateful. It's another thing I'm doing wrong. He has to literally tell you, I'm taking care of your kids. He has to say that. Whenever she's
no, he don't. Only time a man would tell you he taking care of your kids if he don't really love your kids in the first place. Because a man that love your kids will never mutter those motherfucking words. Do you hear me? Only time a man would say that is if he feel like it's a task and he don't really want to do it. Okay? It's something that he does not enjoy, get pleasure from, love. A man that tell you, I'm taking care of your kids, he feel it's an obligation. Not natural, not because something that he enjoy and love to do. It's a difference, you guys.
And she's emotional terrorizing, creating toxic, or just literally letting these toxic ideas that come to her mind. And she's building on them. She's sitting here thinking about how bad of a person he is. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. He's not doing this. I believe a good person, not even a good wife, but a good person, remind themselves of all the things that he is doing. Okay, he's came into my life and he's given me a much better life. He's not cheating on me. He is a great father.
Let's just continue.
Father to my children. My sons get to see an example of a hardworking man. No, he isn't being.
Where did he work at? Hard working? He even said himself that Brianna was taking care of him. She was his sugar mama. Hard working man. Okay. All right. Hard working at line.
That my father was to me an in-home father, but he is a great father nonetheless.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's go back. I want to hear something.
Okay, he's came into my life and he's given me a much better life. He's not cheating on me. He is a great father to my children. My sons get to see an example of a hardworking man. No, he isn't the example that my father was to me, an in-home father.
He's not an example of what my father was to me, an in-home father. So he's saying that his father wasn't an in-home father, right? But then he says, what trauma is he bringing into the relationship? Because his daddy wasn't an in-home father. Your daddy wasn't in your life. And that's why you do what you do. That's why you act the way you act. Because your daddy wasn't there for you. You need to get on your hands and knees and heal from that shit.
Mine. that she's building on him. She's sitting here thinking about how bad of a person he is. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. He's not doing this. I believe a good person, not even a good wife, but a good person, remind themselves of all the things that he is doing. Okay, he's came into my life and he's given me a much better life. He's not cheating on me. He is a great father to my children. My sons get to see an example of a hardworking man. No, he isn't the example that my father was to me, an in-home father, but he is a great father nonetheless. Now, there are men out here who go off and be in the military and they die for this country. And we see that as great for giving your life for this country. I see it as cannon fodder. Okay? This man is being used to die for rich people. But the wife praises that. And when he dies, they bring home a nicely folded blanket. He becomes a hero, a flag. And he's a hero. But Robert, because he's created his own life and he doesn't have to go to work for somebody, now him going to work is neglecting her. He's been a workaholic. That's how he amassed all this platform and the wealth. So she comes into his life because she says, okay, this is a capable man, capable of leading me and my family, because if it's not that, you shouldn't have married. So if you trust him to do that, why wouldn't you allow him to do that? He's already successful. He's proven himself by making you successful. You're now in a situation that you likely wouldn't have been in. She wanted to continue nursing. He talked her out of it. They argued about that. Here's what I'm saying. She comes into his life.
But if she just wanted to be with a man that's capable of taking care of her, right? If she literally just wanted him to take care of her, buy her nice things, this, that, and the other, then why does she want to be a nurse? And a nurse ain't no easy job. Even if, in my opinion, to even want to be a nurse mean that you have compassion for people, that shit ain't easy, right? Caring for someone else, giving of yourself to care for someone else is probably one of the hardest jobs in the world. Because you got to have it. Being a nurse starts in the heart. Fuck what you know, it starts in the heart. Being a nurturer, it starts in the heart. So if she just literally wanted him to care for her, give her finance, buy her nice things, then why does she want to be a nurse? Huh? Why would she want to care for someone? That's thinking and putting someone else before you put yourself. Because that's what nurses do. Why would she want to do that if she just wanted to be a kept woman? Anyway, let's go.
He's already successful. He's proven himself by making you successful. You're now in a situation that you likely wouldn't have been in. She wanted to continue nursing. He talked her out of it. They argued about that. Here's what I'm saying. She comes into his life. She sees that he's a man of value, or that he has resources. He's accomplished enough for himself for her to be him worthy, okay, of leading her. Now, this is what a wife should do. She gets with a capable man. Okay, so now he gives you advice. I don't want to hear that advice. I want to argue.
It's not I want to argue. It's I want to add value to the relationship too. I want us to build and I want us to have more. If a woman want to feel like, I don't want a man to just sit back and take care of me, I want to add too. I feel like two is better than one income. I want to add to the relationship financially. What is wrong with that? Not too many men will be like, I don't want you to do that, especially in this day and age. Hell is needed. Ain't too many people got one house incomes these days. They done created America to where you need two family incomes. He got three. He went out and got another body so he can have a 3 family income. He got a 3, probably more than that, because I'm sure, the daughter content creation money and the granddaughter content creation money all goes in the whole pot. He needed a whole bunch of people to contribute to their financial contributions, right? To their financial pot. He needed a bunch of people. But yet, Brianna should have just sat down and shut up and allowed him to just do whatever, right? Anyway, let's go back.
He's accomplished enough for himself for her to be him worthy, okay, of leading her. Now, this is what a wife should do. She gets with a capable man. Okay, so now he gives you advice. I don't want to hear that advice. I want to argue. That ain't peace. It's not peace. Baby, why don't you want to go to work and work for all them hours whenever we can make more money if you stay home with the children and we create these videos. I already have the platform. I can help you build it. No, I don't want to do that. I want to be in healthcare. I get it. I get it. You want to be in healthcare. You got your goals and your dreams. I get all of that.
Because she wanted to add value to her marriage. She wanted to contribute. She wanted to help her husband. She didn't want to be a leech. She didn't want to be, you know what I'm saying, a problem. She wanted to add, not just take away. She didn't want to be a user. So she's wrong for that? Huh? She wrong for that? She wrong because she wanted to help? Oh. I haven't heard them drag her for that. Have y'all? Have y'all heard them drag her for wanting to help out the marriage financially? Have y'all heard that? Because I've only heard that she was a user. She came in a white van and didn't have shit and wanted to use him. I have not heard nobody drag her for wanting to help out financially. For wanting to help out financially. Oh, Lord Jesus.
I don't want to hear that advice. I want to argue. That ain't peace. It's not peace. Baby, why don't you want to go to work and work for all them hours whenever we can make more money if you stay home with the children and we create these videos. I already have the platform. I can help you build it. No, I don't want to do that. I want to be in healthcare. I get it. I get it. You want to be in healthcare. You got your goals and your dreams. I get all of that. But you finally listened to him. And now you see that he was right. Look at your life now. And you're still complaining.
But I mean, she could have had a great life as a nurse.
She sure could have. Like, why y'all sleeping? You can't get Section 8 with no goddamn nurse job. Why he's sleeping like being in healthcare is itty bitty. She could have had a bomb ass life as a nurse. Some of these nurses are making a lot of money. I don't even think that you can get a nursing job under 60, 70,000 starting. She could have had a nice life. Content creation is only as good as the month you entertain. I done came up here and had a bomb ass month, and I done came up here and said, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I mean, not really, but I'm saying it's months. Last month, I made $1,000 more than I did this month. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's unpredictable. You see, Robert made $70-some thousand 3 months in a row. Now he claimed to the courts that he only made $3,500. But yet, content creation is supposed to be better than being a nurse. Do y'all get where I'm going? This money is not set in stone. If Mark want to demonetize your ass or YouTube want to demonetize your ass for violating policy, then what you gonna do? Huh? Huh? It's only as good as each month. You have to come out here each month and entertain and somewhat solicit tips in order to make a decent amount of money. Each month. You got to perform. Lord forbid if you get sick or go on a trip and you're out for 2 weeks or so. Woo. Let's go.
There are nurses that make well over 6 figures plus.
They don't make what Brianna's making right now.
I get that, but
he's so involved. Do you hear what they don't make what Brianna is making right now? This dude is, how do you know how much your sister-in-law makes? This joker said they don't make what she's making right now. Like this dude, let me tell you. Raise your hand if you believe Kevin wanted Brianna for himself. Raise your hand. If you believe Kevin wanted Brianna for himself, because how does Kevin know how much Brianna makes right now? How does he know that? They don't make what Brianna make right now. That's what he said. That's what he said. That's what he said.
I get it. I get it. You want to be in healthcare. You got your goals and your dreams. I get all of that. But you finally listened to him. And now you see that he was right. Look at your life now. And you're still complaining.
But I mean, she could have had a great life as a nurse too. I mean, I have sisters that are nurses that make well over 6 figures plus.
They don't make what Brianna's making right now.
I get that.
He said with so much envious. Look at his eyes. They don't make what Brianna is making right now. They don't make what Brianna is making right now. It sounds like there's a little jealousy going on. They don't make what Brianna makes right now. Why the hell do you know what your sister-in-law makes right now? Huh? How does Kevin know this? Now, mind y'all, let me take you back a little bit. This interview is before Robert filed for divorce, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, this is before Robert filed for divorce, which means they split up in October, and this is before December the 20th. If I'm not mistaken, this is before. And look how he's talking about a woman that his brother and her had only been split up for 2 months. They've been separating each other for 2 months. And he coming out here with all of this. Let's continue. He said, they're not making what Brianna make right now.
Well over 6 figures plus.
They don't make what Brianna's making right now.
I get that, but I'm thinking Brianna knew what she wanted to be, and he talked her out.
Exactly.
Doing that.
Exactly.
When you become someone's wife, what do you think that is? If you say, okay.
Oh, Jesus, I'm about to fall out this chair, Lord. I'm about to fall out this chair, Jesus. Oh my God.
I get that, but I'm thinking Brianna knew what she wanted to be, and he talked her out of doing that.
Well, when you become someone's wife, what do you think that is? If you say, okay, I see this man who's capable, but I like being a nurse. So say this man said, we need to move here. Well, I'm going to stay here and be a nurse. You have to understand, the relationship is the most important thing that you're going to have. Your legacy is linked to that.
What?
When we become career oriented, we put careers over our family. That is not the way to be.
As a man. But as a woman, and see, this is where
the woman put the career over her family. She said, I want to be a nurse. This is what I want to do. She married a man and told him what type of job she wanted to do.
See, this is where we disagree now. We disagree.
Well, listen, if you trust a man and you see this man is capable for you, if he's not the man for you, why would you marry him and then say, I don't want to leave my job? I don't actually truly want to trust you.
I don't think that has anything to do with trust. We're all like, what we contribute to this world, right, is a part of our being. If we're not contributing.
Y'all, this is so deep, y'all. I said I was going to stop an hour ago. How y'all let me continue? How y'all let me continue? Because now I done went 10 more minutes in. Listen, this is so deep. I promise y'all, we at the 30-minute mark, okay? Somebody remember that for tomorrow. We definitely going to pick back up at the 30-minute mark. But this joker basically saying she met a man and then turned around and told him what she wants to do. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Now, let me ask y'all something. We're going to stop here. 30-minute mark. We're coming back tomorrow with this one, y'all. But let's just talk for a few minutes before we end this live stream. I don't want this live stream to be long. I can see this live stream being 6, 7, 8 hours, baby. You hear me? Because, y'all, this shit is deep. Let me ask y'all something. Now, I know we didn't watch this video before on our platform, right? But as you listening to it again, and y'all know I've learned a lot since I played it the last time, I've learned, I'm growing too, right? As my platform grows, I grow. You know what I mean? I become more knowledgeable on red flags and, you know, being able to pick out narcissistic manipulation, toxic behaviors and things of that such. So I'm growing with, as long, you know, while I'm out here on this platform. And as I'm growing, I'm picking up things that I probably didn't pick up before. And as I'm listening to this video, the more I'm diving into Kevin, it just makes me sick to my stomach to hear this man say some of the things that he says. You understand what I'm saying? That screams control to me. Very much control. More, not even beyond control, almost low-key abusive, but not necessarily physical. And we're going to get into more of that as the video goes on, but it screams cultish and programming to me. You understand what I'm saying? So, she said, "My more, you only an hour behind. Keep going." No. Yes, brainwashing. Thank you, Rita. You took the words, yes, cult-like brainwashing, programming. Exactly. That's what I'm getting at. And, you know, and again, this is a man that's speaking on his brother's marriage. His brother marriage. Oliver Pham says, how do you go on a podcast an hours long conversation about another man's wife while your wife and side piece sitting there okay with it? Exactly. He was entirely too invested in his brother's marriage. He knew how much money she made. He knew what type of arguments they had. You understand what I'm saying? He knew that she wanted to be a nurse. He knew that his brother talked her out of her dream. He knew this. He was entirely too invested, too involved in his brother's marriage, in his brother's relationship. And I'm going to stand fast on what I said as far as he wanted his brother and Brianna divorced. And I believe it was not because he thinks that Brianna is a horrible ass person. I think that he was envious of the money that they made together. They made more money together than they do separate. Okay? They made more money together than they do separate. People fell in love with their family dynamic. Okay? Not saying that he don't make a bag and she don't make a bag now, but the family dynamic is what really made people show up. Okay? So I think he wanted that gone because if I'm not mistaken, I do recall that Brianna said that Kevin used to borrow money from his brother. So I believe that Kevin got tired of being the underdog. Kevin got tired of watching his brother win, bad chick on his arm and making more money. Kevin did not have enough money to fly to the wedding or the viral renewal. And Brianna said, pay for your brother. And he says, no, I'm not paying for another man's ticket. So that right there tells you they're not as close as this liar wants people to believe. Because if they was close, his brother would have paid for his brother to come to his vow renewal. You want your brother there. Of all the people there, you want your brother. If y'all were close, you would have absolutely, and guess what? Kevin would have wanted to be there if they were close. Kevin would not have missed that in the world. He can't say, Jamie was pregnant. I mean, not Jamie, but Lacey was pregnant. He can't say that. He would have done what he had to do to be there for his brother. His brother just beat cancer, remember? So why wouldn't he want to be there for the vow renewal? He didn't go because he didn't have the money. Bree told Robert to pay for it, and Robert said no. They have been in secret competition with each other, and can't nobody tell me different. Kevin want what Robert has. Robert want what Kevin has. Hence why Every time Kevin goes live and pull almost 500 people in, here come Robert going live. And then when I come out on my platform and expose it, what happens? They jump in each other's chat and say, I love you, bruh. I love you, bruh. And baby, kill that fucking noise. Neither one of those brothers supported each other's book. And what I mean by support, they both have large platforms. Well, sort of, kind of. Neither one of them went on their page and said, buy my brother book. He know his brother went to Colombia in need of cash. Do you think he pushed his brother's book sale? No. You want to know why? Because he was too busy worried about his brother being on YouTube sucking up money that he feels belongs to him. Robert don't like the fact that he's over in that Kevin is over in Colombia and still got his hand out for the people here. Now, Kevin ain't gonna literally come out directly and say, hey, you guys, make sure I meet my goal and this, that, and the other. He may not do that, but what he will say is, hey, D-Ham, can you have a cash out party for me? Hey, such and such, can you have a book sale for me? Can you help a brother out? I need these coins, right? So I don't think that LaTruth likes the fact that Kevin dips in his so-called supporter stash of cash. He feels like all of that is his. I don't think he liked his sister getting any. That's Toya and Dawn. I don't think he liked either one of them getting money from who he deemed his supporters. And I don't think he likes his brother getting money from who he deems as his supporters. Because let's be honest, who else give them tips? Nobody. Ain't nobody on Facebook slinging money at Kevin. Kevin only gets super chats when he comes over to YouTube. Dawn only get cash when she comes over to YouTube. They have to come over to YouTube to get tips. And YouTube are the ones that was supportive of LaTruth. They supported him somewhat, if you want to call it support. They supported him. And then they were basically thrown the rest of the family. They were thrown the rest of the family because the family came out hard in the paint for LaTruth. So anyway, we're going to pick up at the 30-minute mark tomorrow. This video is actually almost 2 hours long, and we're only at the 30-minute mark, and we are at 3 hours. It took 3 hours to break down 30 minutes. But let me ask you this. Seeing this video today versus seeing it before, did you learn a little bit more today than you already knew? Or was it the same for you? Let me know. Let me know. But we definitely going to break the rest of it down. It was a last minute decision to actually break this video down, but it popped up on my feed, and I looked at it, and I just so happened to start playing it, and then I'm like, what? You know? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna break this video down again. Now let me do something right quick before we go. I don't know how deep I will get into it, but let me just see, because I've already been in 3 hours, but let me just say something. Let me do something right quick. I'm only going to give y'all this part, okay? I'm not going to give you the rest of it. Only a very small part, okay? Because, we got to save it for tomorrow or the next day. So let me just give you a little bit of the psychological breakdown. Now, only a small portion, y'all. Don't get your panties in a bunch, okay? So, how do I want to start it? What is Kevin's underlying motive? Why was he so hell-bent on LaTruth leaving Brianna? Okay, before the divorce was even filed, why was he so hell-bent? Why was he so hell-bent over them separating, them not getting back together, them not reconciling? You want to know? Let's go. One, Kevin's own relationship history is murky. I say murky. They say chaotic. I say it was murky. It was already murky. He projects his own past experience with a narcissist or an emotional terrorizer woman onto Brianna. So he basically saying he's experienced women like that. And he called them, they act like narcissists or emotional terrorists. He projects that onto Brianna. She remind me of those women I used to mess with who lied and tried to destroy me, okay? So he's not protecting his brother. He's protecting his own ego. If Robert marriage works, it exposes the dysfunctions in Kevin's own life choices, okay? So if Robert marriage worked, then why didn't his relationships work with the so-called emotional terrorists or narcissists, as he say, are the women that came on and trying to expose him, right? Right? That's one. Another one, control. Kevin operates from a place of male-centered control. He repeatedly says a wife should trust her husband's advice. Why marry a man if you don't follow him? She shouldn't have wanted to be a nurse. He told her there was more money online. This is patriarchal, I may be saying the word wrong, patriarchal gaslighting dressed up as guidance. He wants a woman to conform to male leadership, even if it means giving up their calling. Resentment and jealousy. He admits, my brother used to clown me for always being booed up. He loved her. He really did. Is there a deeper resentment that Robert married a woman that he loved quickly, deeply, and publicly? Something Kevin hasn't been able to do genuinely? Also note, Kevin used to send Robert photos of women that he used to sleep with and ask, don't she look like Brianna? That's obsession. He was inserting Brianna into his fantasy. That's not protective. That's fucking personal. That's personal. That's personal. He sent his brother those photos, inserting Brianna. She became a fantasy for him. And he was on a quest to find him a Brianna. That was a fantasy he had. He was obsessed with Brianna. Very personal. Now let's go back to the part where it says he resented his brother for marrying and loving on his wife publicly, something that he was not able to do genuinely. So I did a little research. I went back and I looked and I looked and I looked and I looked to see if Kevin and JC used to post each other being lovey-dovey with each other prior to bringing on Lacey, right? Now, I did see video footage of Lacey, which I call her JC, coming out, trying to open up to the public, but I did not see any video footage of them loving on each other the way Robert and Brianna did publicly. There may have been some resentment. JC never liked the cameras, and the main reason is because her husband wouldn't go get her teeth fixed. She said out her own mouth she was insecure because of her grill. Despite him telling people that he ran a $1 billion company and worked for $40 an hour at the age of 22, He did not spend the money to get his wife teeth fixed, hence why she didn't want to come out and do videos in front of the camera. They didn't love on each other or showed each other public display of affection like Brianna and LaTruth did. They loved each other out loud publicly. He was envious of that. And he started resenting his brother for that. And Brianna. Now, that's all I'm going to give y'all on that one. We're going to continue to do more of the breakdown tomorrow. Trust me when I tell you we're going deeper. She said, Ryan, he's mad Bree exposed he was a booty bandit. Ooh, Lord. She said, of course she wasn't loving on him. He cheated the whole time he was with her. Yep, I believe that loving vibes. Yep, I believe that he cheated on her the entire time. He pretty much said it. He pretty much said it. $1 million. What? I would like to know what the CEO was. He said that he was the GM of a, not even million, baby. Oh, yeah, okay, you said billion. He said $1 billion company. He was the GM of $1 billion company. Actually, he said, I ran $1 billion company and my dad and my brother worked for me. That's what he said. My dad and my brother worked for me. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, yes, Ryan, I could see him being turned down and mad. I'm gonna read a couple of more. Kevin said, RH to fail. Both brothers are narcissists feeding off each other's toxicity. I got 2 relatives in my family who are like that, and they are sisters. Wow. Wow, I agree with you. She said both are grandioses, very much so. You can tell he's been lady hopping since day one. He's searching for identity. She said he's searching for identity. Oh my God. She said, see, his first wife understands Tasha K. She just don't have her freedom of speech. Ooh. Good observation. Good observation. And it makes her look dumb and silly to me. And it's hard to feel sorry for someone that sit there and nod and shit. You understand what I'm saying? Over hearing some bullshit like, if you know, why would you want to tell him where you want to work? Like, you supposed to listen to him. If he tell you you supposed to do this, you supposed to just do it. Why you gonna tell him what you desire? It's no longer your desire. Forget what you ever dreamed about. Forget your dreams. Forget your desires. It's all about your husband. You want a husband, right? Forget about your likes and dislikes. You're there to please him and please him only. He's not there to listen to your dreams because it's not about you no longer. It's about him. That's how he carries on. He carries on as if the husband is the prize and the woman should be grateful and thankful. And you can't tell me for nothing in the world that that's not what them ladies have to sit there and listen to. I guarantee you he got them thinking that they lucky as fuck to have him. She said, you could tell she understands and connect with what Tasha was saying, but she dared not agree with her. Ooh. He has taken them both from all Damien's domains, I think. Anyone they can easily run to if they wanted to leave. He called women an emotional terrorist when he has no emotional intelligence. Ooh, that's a good one. He gets upset and proudly gets online and lie about people. Yes, girl, I like that. Absolutely. But then he calls somebody a terrorist. He act like a fucking terrorist. He act like a loose cannon. You understand what I'm saying? An absolute loose cannon. Glenn said, if I can't work, fuck a husband. Both of these women are non-speaking women tangled in KW spiderweb. Listen, if he don't stop with that Tupac, he ran into the ground. Oh, y'all talking about Robert? He has zero self-control. Absolutely zero self-control. She said, I wish I would marry a broke ninja. You know, we're going to continue this tomorrow, but, you know, there's so many red flags into what Kevin was saying, and I'm going to dig them all out, baby. I'm going to dig them all out. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. We're going to dig them out, baby. We're going to dig them out. We are going to dig them out. Anyway, y'all. This has been a great live. Y'all have been a great crowd. She said the same way he's hopping from woman to woman, now is what Bree was dealing with in her marriage. That's why he didn't want her in his phone. I believe it. Yes, ma'am, Oliver. Talking about he wasn't a cheater. And, you know, and I don't give a fuck how close you and your brother are. You don't know if he's cheating or not. And if you know, you ain't going to tell nobody. You understand what I'm saying? And why would you? Of course, you're going to say he wasn't cheating, you know? Kevin probably don't think he cheated on Jamie. He probably don't think so. He probably like, no, I didn't cheat on her. We were separated. He probably was separated while laying right beside her, you know? I guarantee you he has convinced those women that he's never cheated. I guarantee you they sit there with their goofy looking asses and say, he's never cheated. He's a really good provider and a good man. He's a great leader. He's never cheated. We wasn't committed. I was just giving him some coochie. He was getting a little coochie from her. He was getting a little coochie from someone else. We were never committed when I was giving him the coochie. So no, he's never cheated on me. They both probably sit their goofy asses there and think that way. You know? But anyway, thank y'all so much for being an excellent audience. Y'all are thebomb.com. We are going to come back tomorrow. I'm going to put up my thumbnail when I get off for part 2. We're going to do part 2 tomorrow. It's still going to be on the same video. We're just going to go pick up at the 30-minute mark and go from there. Make sure y'all are here. Oh, it's Friday too. Ooh, yeah, we're going to have some fun, baby. Y'all make sure y'all there. It's going to be at 7 o'clock my time, which is 8 Eastern Standard Time, okay? Let me give y'all a big thank you so much for blessing this live stream. I don't know if I made my goal, but nevertheless, I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Kim C. She said, love you more. Love you back, baby. Sonia, thank you so much. 40 days and 40 nights. Love you back. I am Glenn for real. Thank you, Dwight ex-lover. Let me go on and run up the water. I'll be back. Hey, girl. Barbara King, thank you, baby. Candid Eyes said, hit that like button and drop a teal super chat if you're rocking with the more tonight. Receipts, stay ready. The truth, stay loud. Let's keep this energy fueled and unapologetic. Support her more. Oh, I love that. Thank you, Candid Eye. Appreciate that, baby girl. Lakeisha, thank you so much. Tinkerbell, thank you. Reese Cup, she said, hey, sis, this goat of receipts. Love you long time. Love you back, baby. Thank you. Sip and laugh. Thank you, girl. Rita Harris, love you more. Love you back. Binkity bink, 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 bink. Thank you, baby. Mrs. Hurd, thank you. Rita M. Bree wanted to work on her marriage and got clowned for it. Yes, she did. She literally got clowned for wanting to work on her marriage. Make that make sense, though. By a bunch of bum bitches that ain't got a husband first. A bunch of bum bitches living in a closet, sleeping on the floor, getting evictions and shit, broke down mountains, streetwalkers, all types of shit. Crack cook sellers and all that. She got freaking bashed and clowned and laughed at, all because she wanted to work on her marriage. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Oh, Lord. Sassy D, thank you. Carmelita, good live. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you. Daisy, Lacey come in with, and yeah, exactly. She came into the relationship with 3 damn kids and a weak mind and a weak soul. She came in with a weak mind. What a terrible thing. Thank you, that MF. Thank you, Daisy. Thank you for 15 months. Just a mess. Appreciate you. Projecting Peacock. He was pissed because Bree told him his peen was a butt or escapade. Huh? A butter escapade. His peen. Anyway, child. Girl, thank you, girl. Thank you, Gloria. She said, hey, loud talkers. Thank you, girl. Projecting Peacock. Who is projecting Peacock? They just funny. K. Diddy show your pretty rainbow feather peacock. Lord Jesus. Thank you, Peacock. Tina D, JC, and Lacey just shaking their heads, looking lost as fuck, and listening to the BS coming out of his mouth. Yep. The whole time. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, J. Lou. She said, I just love you, friend. I love you back, J. Lou. So do, girl. Appreciate you, baby. Kia Maria, more by the time you get done with these people, it's going to be JC gone. Hashtag JC gone. By JC woke. She need to wake the fuck up. I love it. Thank you, Kia. Deep Doopoop. Thank you, baby. Valerie, thank you. Candid Eye. Bree don't give a fuck what these nobodies think or say. She don't watch them. She doesn't know what they say because they are out of sight and out of mind. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you, Candy. Thank you, Joanne. I'm sorry. I don't know why I call you Dawn. Thank you, Joanne. Radiant Goddess. He might think his selfish, narcissistic brother deserves a woman. Wait a minute. He didn't think his selfish, narcissistic brother deserved a woman like Bree. Exactly. He was rubbing his hands like Birdman to destroy it. Girl, you better say that. You better say it. And we're going to get into more of that tomorrow. You better say that. He did not think that his brother deserved a woman like Bree. Absolutely. And didn't think his brother deserved to make money like he was making as a family. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Thank you, Radiance. I am a silent watcher and member. I have renewed my membership, but you are the best and I love you. Oh, thank you so much, love. I appreciate that so very much. I love my silent watchers. I love all of y'all. So I'm going to give this live stream to the sponsor is going to be, I want to say it is, give me a second. Candid Eye. Candy girl. I think it's Candy. It's either Candy or, yep, Candy. Well, hold on. Yep, Candy. So thank you so much, Candy. Everybody give it up for our girl, Candy. She's also a moderator. Y'all say thank you, Candy. She is the one that sponsored this live. So I will be back tomorrow. Okay. And we will take up from 30 minutes and on. All right. She said, more read your text. Oh, shit. Hold on. She said, read your text. What you done sent me. Let me see. 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 Hold on. I don't know if I will be able to. Hold on. Y'all messy. Y'all so messy. Y'all so messy. Y'all so messy. Y'all so messy. But hold on. But look, I'm like, y'all so messy, but hold on. Y'all just downright messy, but hold on. Oh my God. Y'all so damn messy, but hold on. Wait a minute, it didn't do it. Let me see. Let me do it again. Y'all so damn messy. All right, let me see. Let's wait. Let's wait. Hold on. All right. Let's not on this one. Not on this one. Let's do it on the next one. Let's do it on the next one. So anyway, she said, who got arrested? Who's arrested, y'all? I don't know. Who arrested? Somebody got arrested? Okay, so anyway, she said, read mine too. Where's yours? Read your what? Read your what? Your super chat? Let me see. Did I get one? Oh, I don't think I have one. Or unless it's just not coming up. More, did you see Tasha K eyes when Kevin was talking like he's full of shit? Oh, absolutely. You're gonna have to redo the comment because I don't know where it's at, baby. All I see is read mine too. Oh, right here. Brianna kept her dignity and proved herself to be a woman of integrity and valor despite her shortcomings. Kevin's not used to strong women like that. It's fucked up his meds. It's fucked up his meds. Yeah, she definitely proved herself to be a overcomer, and she did keep her dignity. They don't like that she's overcame. They was literally sit there in their mind and say things like she's suffering, she's in pain, she's hurt, she's this, she's that, she's not making money, she's broke, and all of this bullshit or whatever, because they just don't want to accept the fact that she survived their smear campaign and she's still standing. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. So anyway, y'all, they in my back, in my ear. But anyway, she said, more, did you see Tasha? Oh, I just read that one. Nah, auntie, you can't do us like that. Listen. No. Trust me. Y'all just stick with us, baby. Stick with us. So anyway, I'm about to hop this live. I don't know who got arrested, big sis. I don't know what y'all talking about. Somebody got arrested. I don't know at all what y'all talking about on that one. But listen, I love y'all, and I'm going to talk to y'all later. But stay tuned. Tomorrow's Friday. Let's get ready to have a bomb-ass Friday. Thank y'all so much for pulling up, stopping off, showing some love, listening in. Make sure you come back tomorrow at 7 Central, 8 Eastern. I'm going to do a thumbnail so y'all can go ahead and like it and hit your notifications so you will not miss it, okay? I love y'all, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye now.
Because they can't make $1 without mentioning down one of our names.
Jay! She kept talking about
We
that
got these
family.
hoes over there. About
She kept
bad.
talking about that family. She kept talking
Internet
about that
gangsters.
family. She kept talking about that family. She kept talking about that family. That family. She kept talking about that family. Talking about that family.
These motherfuckers don't be wanting to listen on because they can't make $1 without mentioning down one of our names.
Talking about it. That family. That family. That family. Jay! That family. That family. Talking about it.
Talking about it. Dollar.
Talking about it.
Child, we finna talk about this with a moral.